Casino Resort and Spa, where Bill Cosby plays 2 shows. September 29th. Call 1-800-BELTERRA or visit BelterraCasino.com. Here is the hot-hitting Hopper. And he waits, and the left-handed Mish delivers, and here's the bunt, first base side, shovel it onto the pitcher, and it gets away from Mish, and that will be a bunt single for Norris Hopper to begin the ballgame. I'll tell you, I'm not going to say it. We say it and say it and say it every night, and all we do is repeat ourselves 24 hours later. He is, in a word, amazing. In fact, a game-opening bunt single, it should be pointed out that since August the 1st and coming into this game tonight, he has the highest batting average of any player in Major League Baseball. What are they saying?
They have called him out, saying that he ran inside of the original baseline, and you have two basic areas to run down the first baseline, and that caused a collision between him and the pitcher, Pat Mish, and I don't buy that. I watched him run all the way down the line. He was not inside the baseline. Pat Mish missed the baseball, and that's a bad call by the home plate umpire, Bob Davidson.
Well, based on the replay we just saw, that was not a good call at all if we see it from a different angle, but a bad call by Bob Davidson. So give the put out to the pitcher. And a very disgruntled Norris Hopper looking out at the home plate umpire after what appeared to be a very, very bad call.
You are given the baseline that is why it is there, because you are to run down the baseline, and that's exactly what Norris Hopper did.
Here's a 1-1 pitch to Jeff Keppinger, swinging on a smash into right field by the diving Kevin Branson at second base, and that's a single for Keppinger.
Something has to happen where Bob Davidson's name has to be brought up. And you know what, Marty? If you play a ball game, the game is about the players. It's not about the names of the umpires. There's no reason for that to be the case. That's a bad call.
Change the scoring decision. Give the put out to the catcher on the interference call against Norris Hopper. Here's Brandon Phillips now, and he rips a line drive to center and hardly moving a step. To make the play is Rajay Davis. Ball hit dead on the screws, but it becomes the second out of the inning. If you're driving around listening to our broadcast on your car and truck radio, please buckle up your seatbelt and make sure everyone else in your vehicle does the same. This message from the Ohio Department of Public Safety. Let's only do that. When Encarnacion batting in the cleanup spot tonight, Adam Dunn getting a much-needed night off. The first time he has not appeared in a game since the 24th of August, 3 days shy of a full month. Or started the game, I should say. And the pitcher set the low ball at the end of round second in the National League. Get hit with the other 2 stories. Obviously, the situation when we finish the lead. There's a second for a second base drop, but it certainly bears mention. 1 ball and no strikes on the right-hand batter, and he checks the swing and went too far, says the plate umpire. Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Pepsi-Cola. Pepsi, it's the Cola. And somebody has just been thrown out of the game, whether it's Pete Buchanan or whether it's Norris Hopper. Somebody has been pitched. And it's really jawing long distance now from the dugout. And I've got a feeling that Norris Hopper was the one who got thrown out of this ball.
This happens every time Bob Davidson is in a ball game behind home plate. The thing with him throwing throwing him out of the ball game, that whoever it ends up throwing out, you could see down the line, Hatcher has been talking with the first base umpire with Angel Campos, and now Bob Davidson is heading back to the dugout once again.
Yeah, he's jawing at somebody else, I would assume. Norris Hopper has been thrown out, and I can't imagine who Davidson might be jawing at tonight. Now, Hopper is still in the dugout. And now he's heading down at the far end where you go up into the clubhouse. But controversy here in the first inning. And now the 1-1 pitch coming to Edwin Encarnacion, and a line drive up the middle. A glove by Vizquel, and he flips. After fielding on the bounce, Franson covering for a force out. And the inning is over. 5 plays. After a half inning, it's the Reds nothing, and the Giants are coming to bat. Center replacing the ejected Norris Hopper. And the fastball is hit high to the left-handed batting lineup. Ball 1. A real table setter is veteran outfielder. You want to keep him off the base paths as much as you can. And there's a call strike. 1-1 to stand up. Roberts, a .263 batter, 2 home runs and 21 RBIs. Spent time on the disabled list this season with left elbow bone spurs, but when he's in the lineup, he is a catalyst of sorts. Here's the pitch to him, and that one is lined foul and out of play to left field.
He has always been that type of player, Marty, from a pitching standpoint. He's not a guy that you want to face to lead off a ball game or lead off an inning, because he will battle you to no end. And then when he does get himself on, he will worry you to death at first base because he can flat out run.
Allow has a count advantage as he kicks and deals. And that pitch is into third and off the middle of the catcher. Nice game runs to the front by both liners. He's the lead center and across the field. It's about Joey Votto on left, Jason Ellis on center, Bud Johnson right. David Ross getting the call behind the play there in game number 2. And this is a line foul into the field level pitch down the left field line. And now Davis on deck and Ryan Plesko waiting in the wing. Lyle bringing it, and it's ball 4. That was a 3-2 pitch, not a 2-2 pitch. So Matt Lyle wants a guy that you want to keep off the bases. And now we're going to work on the former Pittsburgh Pirates, Rocky Dickinson. Stokes things out. Down to the third base starting before moving out of the middle.
The thing about it, Mark, is the longer that the Reds holler from the dugout, the smaller that plate is going to become with Tom Davidson behind home plate calling balls and strikes.
First pitch is taken for a ball.
Sometimes you just got to let the dog lie and just come on and play the game.
Because nothing's going to change.
Not going to change.
No.
You can only make it worse from this point out.
Infield, a double play block. The 1-0 on the way. And a swing and a foul ball. And the count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. Willie Upshaw, the first base coach of the Giants, former big league outfielder, former big league infielder Tim Flannery over third. Roberts with a big lead. He's running, and he got a huge jump. Ground ball hit the third, in on the grass to field it. Encarnacion had no play at all at second because Roberts got such a tremendous jump. And the outplay goes to first. The Giants have a runner in scoring position for first baseman Ryan Plesko.
And I think as Rajay Davis matures as a ball player, he will be able to see out the peripheral vision that he has at home plate to kind of jump that your leadoff hitter did. So you take that pitch right there.
Strike goal here at the bottom of the first inning as they did last night. They scored a and the TV is going to make so two-thirds of the pitching. That pitch is taken out or outside the box. Struggling of late. Over the last 11 games, only 3 hits in his last 25 times up. A .262 batter. They look back at second by Belisle the pitch, and that's taken ball 2. 2-0. Plesko, 6 homers, 43 RBIs, maybe not the power threat that he was in years past when he was with the Atlanta Braves and then the San Diego Padres. Time call now as David Ross heads out to the mound for a meet.
And I think what Ross wants to tell Belisle in this point in time is, hey, these guys don't score a lot of runs. They haven't scored a lot of runs all year long. Let's get some strikes here. Cut this damage down right now. Forget about the guy at second base. Let's get some outs and let them out and do the job.
Ross back behind the plate, hanging aside. David Roberts leading at second. And pitching, and a strike on the outside. With Benjamin Molina, the most productive hitter on this Giant ball club this season, waiting in the on-deck circle. Dave Roberts led the inning off with a walk, moved up on a ground out by Rajay Davis. And now Belisle coming back to the left-handed batting plus go, and there's ball four. So 2 walks here in the first inning.
You've got a man coming to the plate that's running on a career high RBI-wise in Benji Molina.
The big story here at Giant territory tonight is the news conference held at 5 o'clock Pacific time this afternoon. A news conference involving owner Peter McGowan, general manager Brian Sabian, to officially announce that Barry Bonds will not be a member of the San Francisco Giants beyond the final game of the season. There's the strike. It had been speculated upon for the longest kind of time. Apparently,
we talked about this last year, that bears repeating. You just wondered how many years it'll be. Barry Bonds will match parents' classifications of high school football. I think it'll be a win-win situation.
Look at the phone. 282 batting average, 19 home runs. As Jeff mentioned, a career-high 80 runs batted in. He's had a big year from an offensive standpoint and trying to strike a blow here in the first. The 1-1 to him. Swinging, ground ball into right field, a base hit. They're waving Dave Roberts around, and the Giants lead 1-0. That was some fine hitting right there by Benji Molina.
It's a good pitch down in the strike zone, but probably a much better job of hitting than the pitch thrown by Molina. And it was evidenced in the way that the ball went out into the outfield. Playing double play depth, you got a huge hole on that right side, and Molina hit it.
So now the batter will be Nate Sherholtz, young man who drove in a run last night, left-hand batter, a rookie. Batting .303 in limited time, 7 RBIs, and a strike to him. Now's a great time for a delicious Conn's mildly seasoned hot dog, the official hot dog of the Reds. Conn's, the taste you've always loved. So Molina picks up his 81st RBI of the season. And the Giants hope they're not done yet. 1 strike on Sherholtz, and a foul ball back puts him in an 0-2 hole, and we pause for identification on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
Clear tonight with a low of 58. Warm again Friday with a high of 91 and a smog alert. For Saturday and Sunday, sunny and hot, highs around 93. Right now, partly cloudy and 68 at the home of the Reds. News Radio 700 WLW Cincinnati.
2 strikes and nothing on Nate Sherholtz, and a pop-up behind the plate will be out of play. So now the speculation will begin as to where Bonds may end up, if anywhere at all. Had a long conversation with one of the more respected writers in this country, Ray Ratto, who folks are blessed to read daily here in San Francisco and here's the 0-2 pitch again, and Sherholtz strikes out swinging. That's the second out of the inning. And the feeling is right now that whoever he talks to are going to be teams that really are going to approach the negotiation from a take-it-or-leave-it approach. Here's what we'll pay you. He's making $15 million this season on a 1-year contract with the Giants, and they feel that he may well be offered 5 or less. And if he doesn't want it, he'll stay home. In fact, as a Giant official said to me, if it's going to be about money with Barry Bonds, he probably will end up retiring. Fly ball center field. Catch made to retire Feliz by Jason Ellison. And at the end of one inning of baseball, the Giants lead the Reds 1-0 on the Cincinnati Bell Reds. Pursued Dave Roberts. And Cantu immediately puts himself into scoring position with a second inning lead-off double.
Well, Pat Mish was really trying to get him to chase that breaking ball down and in, and Cantu not biting, finally gets the pitch he wants, and that's a fastball up in the strike zone. And you're right, Marty, he leaned on that one.
His fourth double. And now Joey Votto steps in, getting his first start in the outfield since coming up from Louisville. Of course, he played left field a number of games at the AAA level this season. He looks at a first pitch strike. Getting a .356 with a couple of home runs, 9 RBIs, 4 doubles. A base hit would tie this game up with Cantu leading at second base and nobody out. Mish straightens up on the AT&T Park mound, delivers, and he checked his swing in time. Started to go, but was able to keep it from covering the plate. The count's 1 ball, 1 strike on this very, very impressive Reds first baseman slash outfielder. Getting a play in left field tonight, but you got to feel like he's going to be at first base come opening day next year unless something strange happens. The count goes to 2-1 on him. Giants leading 1-0. We're in the top of the second inning. Cantu carrying on a conversation with Omar Vizquel, the Giant shortstop, as he takes his lead. And now Mish comes set and steps off the pitching rubber. Got a breeze blowing out toward left.
Still looks like it's misting rain a little bit out there.
Hard to tell from where we sit, but nobody seems to be covering up downstairs. Here's a pitch. Way inside. Ball 3. 3-1. Had a chance to visit earlier tonight with Dick Burdick. He and his wife Gail are here in San Francisco from their home in Anderson Township, watching the Reds and the Giants play. Two young men who acquitted themselves very well athletically at Anderson High School, Ty and Sean Burdick. Here's a bouncer foul, and the count's 3-2. Reds are back home on Tuesday night when they take on the Houston Astros after finishing up here tomorrow night and Sunday afternoon. They'll play the Astros Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then the Cubs Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And a note on that Saturday game a week from tomorrow. Swing and a liner into center field. That's a base hit. They're going to bring Cantu around. This might be a mistake. And out. That's not a good decision by Mark Berry, the third base coach. Not good at all. On to second goes Joey Votto, but I mean, the ball was hit hard. Rajay Davis charged the ball, everything going for him toward the plate, and made an excellent throw to easily knock off Cantu with a would-be tie-in run. So a bad decision by the Reds' third base coach. And with 1 down in the inning now, the batter will be Jason Ellison. Ellison with a pitch against the former club breaking ball inside. Talking about that Saturday game, the 29th. The next to last day of the season, it was originally a 9-game, 7-10 on your schedule. It has been moved to a 3:55 start Eastern time to accommodate the Fox national television broadcast. It was ball 2. So if you've got tickets for that particular ball game, make a note. It is no longer a night game. It has been moved to 3:55. That's the starting time for the Saturday game, the 29th of this month against the Cubs.
If you did not hear your score, but you were at a game and you know the score, please give us a call, 404-231-1680, so we can get it on the air. Steve, back to you.
Ray Davis made a great throw, but the Catcher Molina also did a great job at home plate, making the tag on a pretty good slide by Ken, too. He really tried to come in back door and catch it with his hand, and Molina, the veteran catcher, just followed him right on out there.
Time for the Cincinnati Bell trivia question. Here we go. Thanks to the Red Hall of Fame staff, as always. It's the first Major League regular season justice of the Supreme Court.
Give me those three again.
This signatory throughout the ceremonial first pitch of the first game ever played at Candlestick Park. Ross a foul off first. That was on April 12, 1960. Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, or Earl Warren. Use your Cincinnati Bell wireless phone to text message your answer of A, B, or C to Marty 62789, or enter via the contest page on 700WLW.com. You want a pair of tickets to an upcoming game, or maybe a pair of tickets to opening day next year from Jack Cassidy and the folks at Cincinnati Bell? We'll have the answer in the 8th inning.
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan is your answer. Here's a pitch. Inside 1-1. My guess is Richard Milhouse Nixon.
Is that a guess or is that?
That's a guess.
Okay. Hold on, let me look at your eyes. Okay.
That's good?
Sometimes I can tell when you know.
I know, absolutely. People won't look at you in the eye. You know what I'm talking about?
I know.
You've been down that road,
I have.
2 on, 1 out. 1-1 to count. David Ross, I'm sure that given the kind of year he's had, he would not like at all to see his season end with a batting average of less than 200. And right now he's sitting on 199. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And he pops it up again. Fresco giving chase, but that ball drops back in the seats.
And I told you this before the ball game, Marty, and I just cannot recall of a regular player having struggled as much as David Ross has at the plate this year. And I don't know that I've ever played with anybody that batted below 200.
The thing that I would be very concerned about, they gave him a 2-year contract, and you never see any improvement offensively. That batting average has hovered right around 200 or less almost the entire season, and there he did what he's done most of the year, and that's strikeout swinging.
Well, the bottom line for David Ross is he cannot hit a pitch away, and he can't hit a pitch up, and he can't hit a breaking ball. Now, that's a pretty big hole out there.
Yeah, I'd say you're in deep trouble when you can't do any of those things.
I mean, if you're scouting the Reds, I mean, you know, you got an out in the lineup.
Here's Matt Belisle now, charged with the responsibility of trying to help himself. He takes a first pitch strike from Pat Misch. Well, you would certainly assume the Reds will pick up the option on Javier Valentin's contract. And if that's the case, David Ross would go into spring training as the decided number 2 catcher on this ball club. Swinging a foul, 0-2.
Well, I'll say this, Marty, if Javi Valentin has his option picked up, somebody needs to have a long conversation with him about being in shape before he comes to spring training.
You feel like he can lose some weight?
He better be in much better shape than what he is right now if he's going to be the number 1 catcher.
2 men on, 2 men out. Belisle strikes out looking, and the inning is over. The Reds have a runner thrown out at the plate, and after 1.5, it's the Giants 1, the Reds nothing. We welcome in the man who covers the Reds on a daily basis for MLB.com, the Goose, Mark Sheldon.
What's up?
How are you looking, son?
Better than Norris Hopper right now.
Yeah. We perceive that to be a very bad call by Bob Davidson, the first base plate umpire.
It's a terrible call.
Awful.
I mean, his foot was out of the batter's box as the pitch came in, but when he actually made contact, he was in.
Here's a line drive into left center field. That's a hit. It goes to the 404 sign, and Franson, who has good speed, goes easily into second base with a second inning leadoff double. Now, the ruling was he ran out of the baseline, right?
No, they said he was out of the batter's boxes. I mean, it looked like he was in the baseline.
Oh, there you go.
They said he was out of the box, and didn't look out of the box to me when he actually made contact with the butt and pushed it up towards the first base side.
It's a bad call either way.
Yeah.
I don't know how the umpire could watch the pitch and then watch where Hopper's feet were at the same time.
No question. So leadoff double for Franson, and the batter will be the shortstop Omar Vizquel as the Giants try to add to already a 1-0 lead. Vizquel played the spectator here last night, 11-time Gold Glove winner, trying to go the other way with that pitch and hits it into the seats foul to left. Okay, obviously you're writing big on Norris Hopper for tomorrow.
I was writing a note on him. Just he's been since August 1st. He and Jack Wilson were leading the major leagues with a .415 average. So he's been doing, getting on base. As far as hitting, he doesn't walk very much for a leadoff guy, but he's been making things happen.
Base hit to right field. Here comes the runner, and now they're going to put on the stop sign and the overthrow to the cutoff man, but a quick throw down to second, and Vizquel is out. It goes Buck Coates to David Ross to Jeff Keppinger to take care of Omar Vizquel, and on the third base goes Franson on the first out of the inning, a base hit, and they cut Vizquel down at second base.
Well, evidently in the Cubs organization, they don't throw the ball to hit the cutoff man. They just throw the ball all the way, but Ross did a great job there to cut that ball off and then make a perfect throw to second base.
Now the Reds infield will play in as pitcher Pat Mish steps in, and they better be alert for anything here.
Were you checking out BarryBonds.com a lot today?
No, but I did attend the news conference.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't there, though. That's probably why you did it.
Pardon me?
He wasn't there, though, was he?
No, absolutely not.
So I don't think you'd go if he was there.
Peter McGowan, and it was Brian Sabian.
Enjoyable press conference?
It was interesting. It really was. Here's the suicide squeeze attempt after they pitched out, expecting it on pitch number 1, and now they throw a strike, and he bunts it foul with a runner coming hard. He'll return. Did you all do your duty as scribes covering this club by asking the Reds general manager if the club was interested in bringing Bonds into camp next year?
We all got together, the 4 of us. He came to visit the press box, and we asked him, and he said that'd be tampering.
Is that what he said?
But I think he knew we were joking, though.
Yeah, okay. Miss a ground ball to first. Diving stop. Excellent play by Cantu on a ball that appeared to be headed over the first base bag. He dives. He comes up with it. He freezes the runner at third, and he goes to the bag for out number 2. Good play by Jorge Cantu.
Yeah, well, he said he can't talk about another team's player while he's under contract, but I think he got he felt pretty quickly that we were joking around with him.
Adam Dunn not in the lineup tonight. He's had a bothersome knee for a while.
Yeah, his right knee has been bugging him for a little bit. He said for quite a while, actually. But he didn't see being off tonight as a big deal. He's played 150 games this year. He just hasn't had an off day since, completely off day since August 24th. But they're going to look at him when he gets back to Cincinnati, but he's going to play tomorrow.
Here's Dave Roberts, a swing and a miss. No, when Adam Dunn is not in the lineup, nobody is going to say one word because he brings that football player's mentality to the ballpark every day, and that mentality, at least part of it, is I'm expected to play.
Absolutely. He hates not playing. I remember in Wrigley Field, he had a back seize up on him. And
here's a wild pitch, and the Giants lead 2-0. So Matt Belisle has done absolutely nothing to help himself in this game. He walked 2 batters in the first. One of them scored on a base hit. And now, after getting an outstanding defensive play by Cantu for the second out of the inning, he wild pitches the run in. Giants in front 2-0. So you expect Dunn back in the lineup tomorrow and Sunday?
I don't know about Sunday, but definitely Pete was planning on playing him tomorrow. Yeah, he just doesn't like not to play. He gets he's a mild-mannered guy, but playing is in his DNA.
Right.
And he wants to be out there at all times. He's had 160 the previous 3 years. He's got again this year.
Foul ball out of play, 2-1 the count on Roberts. Yeah, you can wonder about other players, but you never have to wonder about Adam Dunn playing.
Never.
And if he's not in the lineup, there is a very, very good reason why.
And with Junior and Dunn out of this lineup, there's not a lot of power going on right now.
Oh, really? Here's the pitch. Roberts takes it way inside ball 3. I tell you what, if they give this kid a spot in the rotation going into spring training next year, something is wrong.
I don't think there are any spots that are given except for the 2 top ones. And that would be the two guys that are signed to the long-term contract.
Here's ball 4. As I said in his start in Milwaukee, he will show you things that just keep you interested, but at the end of the day, he will break your heart.
He's always susceptible, at least by his own standards, he's always susceptible to 1 or 2 mistakes, but I think there's been a lot more than 1 or 2 mistakes per game, and you know, especially the long ball has been absolutely killing him this year.
And the other part of it is when you've made 28 starts, this being number 29, and the league is batting .303 against you, timeout. Timeout.
Well, I think he'll come to camp next year with a few other guys competing for that 4th or 5th starter spot, and he'll get every opportunity. And then we'll just see. But yeah, nothing can be handed to him right now as far as a job in this offseason.
I could not agree with you more, and I get so tired about people telling me what kind of big league stuff he's got. That's only a part of the equation.
You are correct.
1 ball and no strikes. Pitching, swinging, line drive, center, coming Ellison, got it, and the inning is over. Mark, so good to see you, my boy.
Wonderful. Stay warm.
Yeah, you do the same.
I will.
That is Mark Sheldon. He covers the Reds on a daily basis for MLB.com. We are through 2 innings, and the Giants lead the Reds 2-0 on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
700 WLW.
Anthony, do you know when... Don't miss the Mega 10 for 10 sale at Kroger. 700 WLW.
Giants 2, Reds nothing. As we move to the top of the 3rd inning, it'll be Buck Coates settling into bat for the first time tonight. And with a play-by-play, Jeff Randley.
Thank you, Marty. Buck Coates taking over in right field for Jason Ellison, who took over in center field for Norris Hopper right after the first part of this ball game. First pitch from Pat Mitch is a breaking ball off the plate away. Buck Coates hits from the left side. And Mish throws it from the left side. That pitch is in there for a strike. And before the ball game, Pete Buchanan said, well, I would rather see Joey Votto if I had my druthers against a left-hander. Well, he's going to get to see them both, Coates and Votto, tonight. Fisted this pitch, foul down the left field side, and ahead in the count is Mish, 1 ball and 2 strikes. If you're just joining us, Norris Hopper started the ball game. Attempted a push bunt, as we've seen him many times before, down the first baseline, and was called out on a very controversial play down the first baseline, and then moments later was thrown out of the ball game by home plate umpire Bob Davidson. That pitch is fouled off for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Reds are down 2-0. Single runs in the first and the second. And the Giants lead 2-0. Reds with the leadoff hitter at the plate against Pat Mish in the standing man of Buck Coates. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to the left-hander. Coates has not gotten a whole lot of AB since he came over from the Chicago Cubs. That pitch down and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Showing a good eye here. Coach started in last night's ball game. He did get a hit in his last AB. He was 1 for 3 last night with a strikeout. And he walked him. Had him down in the count, did Pat Mish, and threw the ball outside. Let's pause for station ID here on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
After the game on the home of the Reds, 700 WLW Cincinnati.
Keppinger comes to the plate with Coates after walking is now at first base. First pitch from Mish is on the outside corner. The left-hander seems to be a little more comfortable with the right-handers at home plate. Able to hit that outside corner. Coates at first base does not run. That pitch down into the dirt, gloved cleanly by the catcher Molina. Benji Molina has forever and a day been known for his defensive side of the game, and this year he has put together some offensive numbers. He has reached a career high with 80 RBIs coming into the ball game, and he got it 81st back in the first inning. That pitch up and away, he just does get a glove on it. 2 balls and a strike to Keppinger as Keppinger looks down to third base coach Mark Berry. Coach with some pretty good speed standing at first base. Being held on by the first baseman Ryan Klesko. And he's gone. Swing and just fouled off by Keppinger as coach was headed for the stolen base down to the second base bag, and they'll do it all over again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coach looked like he had the base stolen. If there had not been a foul ball, it would have been his first of the year. Long hold by Mish. The pitch, breaking ball, pulled down the third base line and foul. So without Hopper in the top of the lineup, it gives Coates actually an opportunity to show the Reds what he can do. Albeit for one ball game at this moment. Every opportunity counts when you're trying to make an impression on the folks that make the decisions at the top. Coates has a chance to make some people open some eyes. A pick over to first base by Mish. And that's really what September call-ups are all about. Not just about helping the big league ball club in a pennant race or those types of things, but when you're in a situation like the Giants and the Reds where you're not going to win a pennant, then your September call-ups are there to make a difference. Ground ball to the shortstop. Vizquel, as usual, throws on to Franson. Franson to first base. 6-4-3, and that is a double play for the Reds. And wouldn't you know it, career-wise, Omar Vizquel owns the Major League record for shortstops by turning 1,652 double plays. And I would imagine that would go down as 1,653. With 2 down, comes to the plate Brandon Phillips. And back to the windup is Pat Mish, the left-hander, kicks and deals. Breaking ball inside, looked like a cut fastball, and off the plate to Brandon Phillips. Phillips waving the bat, set to go, swing and a miss, change up, down and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Phillips still looking for that all-important 30th home run. He sits at 29 home runs and 32 stolen bases. Had an 8-game hitting streak snapped last night in this ballpark. He was 0 for 5. The pitch, up and away. Another off-speed pitch. Tries to get Phillips to chase, and he says no. Long look in by Pat Mish. The windup and the pitch. Ground ball to the right side. Picked up by Franson. Throws on to first base, and that's the end of the Reds inning here in the top of the 3rd. Giants on top, 2-zip as we head to the bottom of 3.
The 15th out of the game was just recorded, and Geico reminds you that 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit geico.com for details.
1 out of 9 people in the U.S. has kidney disease. Another 1 out of 9 has. If you have a family history of kidney disease, diabetes, or hypertension, you're at greater risk. You can prevent and manage kidney disease with early detection.
Third base on the pitch, and that'll bring Pedro Feliz to the plate. Feliz only hitting .248 on the year, but with runners in scoring position, .311. He likes those RBIs. The right-hander Bilal kicks and delivers. Pitch off the plate away. 1 ball, no strikes. Looked like a breaking ball from Bilal, and he missed well outside. Felice stands in. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball outside corner, 94 miles an hour, strike 1. Felice stands in, ready to go. The pitch, another breaking ball. Looked like a curveball, down and away. 2 balls and a strike. Bilal checks Klesko at third, and the pitch fouled off the hands of Felice down the right field line and into the seats. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 down. Bilal checks the runner, comes to the set at the belt. Checks again, kicks and pitches. Breaking ball hit towards center field. And Ellison makes the catch, and that's the final out of the inning. So the Giants strand 1. Giants up 2-0 over the Reds on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
I'm Faith Chapman, and I'm President Research and Community Outreach.
The big one, 700 WLW.
Edwin Encarnacion to start off the Reds' top half of the 4th inning here at AT&T Ballpark here in San Francisco. Encarnacion hitting in the 4th spot tonight. 2-0 Giants on top. First pitch to Encarnacion on the outside corner from Pat Mish, and that's a strike. Left-hander kicks and deals, and the ball fouled straight back from Encarnacion. Encarnacion grounded into fielder's choice his first time up. And now he faces Mish with a 2-strike count. Breaking ball way down and in, and that looked like it got a piece of Encarnacion, and it does. Encarnacion made a good effort to get out of the way of the ball, but it just barely did catch the pan leg, and out comes Bochy with a puzzled look on his face. Wants to ask Bob Davidson where that hit the hitter for the Reds. Encarnacion, you're not going to win that argument, Boch. If you stand there long enough, he'll throw you out too. Encarnacion down to first base, hit by a pitch. And now here comes Jorge Cantu, who absolutely smoked the ball down the left field line for a leadoff double back in the 2nd inning. As a matter of fact, the Reds had back-to-back doubles. Cantu and Votto, and a walk followed that, and yet the Reds did not put a run on the board. Runner thrown out at the plate. Swing and fouled off from Cantu. He's hacking on the first pitch. Belt high fastball, and he just missed it. Encarnacion at first base, and he can run. We've seen him steal some bags earlier in the year. He only has 8 on the year, but when he has been asked to steal a base, he has been able to do so. Left-hander Mish checks the runner and the pitch. This pitch popped high into the air right to the second baseman, Franson. He's under it, makes the catch, 1 down. So an off-speed pitch by Pat Mish gets Cantu out in front of the fastball and out in front of the changeup, looking for the fastball, and he pops it up to Franson for the first out of the inning. And here's Joey Votto. Out of all the left-handers that Votto has faced, he has had a quality AB just about every time except the one time last night. First pitch fastball on the outside corner at 87 miles an hour from Mish. Votto standing in with Encarnacion at first base. One out. Left-hander playing left field today. Off-speed pitch on the outside corner for strike two. No balls and two strikes for the left fielder, Joey Votto. Normally at first base, tonight in the lineup, playing left field in replacement of Aaron Bennett. Missed it, turned the letters. Jam Votto towards second base. Franson will tag the runner Encarnacion, but will not have enough time to get Votto, who was hustling down the line, and that will be a fielder's choice for Votto as they tag Encarnacion in between first and second base, and that's the second out of the inning. So here's Jason Ellison, walked his first home run. Last night hit the first pitch he saw out of the ballpark into left field. Ellison stands in, playing center field in replacement of Hopper after Hopper was thrown out of the ballgame early. First pitch is down in the strike zone. 1 ball, no strikes. Pinch hit home run last night for Ellison. That's about as good as it comes. That pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Fastball, changeup, big curveball, actually a sweeping curveball from the left-hander Pat Nish. Checks the runner and pitches on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now to Ellison. 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning. Reds trail the Giants 2-0. At first base from Votto. At the plate, Jason Ellison. Right-hander stands in the pitch. Breaking ball just does miss on the inside corner. You can understand watching Nish pitch in this ball game why the Giants like this kid for next year. Control of all 3 pitches, and he steps out Ellison there on the breaking ball. So Nish does it again, keeps the Reds scoreless. Giants lead 2-0.
Cincinnati Reds and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of the game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cincinnati Reds.
Monday morning it'll be fall, and you've got the new TV season. We'll talk about it. Jim Scott, 700 WLW.
Matt Belisle on for his 4th inning of work as he faces the Giants here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Giants on top, 2-0. Belisle has yet to retire the Giants in order in the first 3 innings. And it has been a little bit of a struggle for a right-hander tonight so far. First batter he's going to face is Kevin Franson. Franson played shortstop last night. Tonight playing second base. First pitch is in there for a strike on the inside corner, a fastball. Franson doubled his first time up and scored. The pitch off the plate away. Pitch goes all the way to the backstop. And that's exactly how Franson scored back in the 2nd inning on a wild pitch. A 2-out wild pitch. Short step back from Belisle. The pitch, line drive into center field. And once again, the Giants started with a base hit. Runner aboard. So Franson is aboard, and here's Omar Vizquel, and that's the reason that Franson's playing second base tonight.
That's the 4th inning in a row that Belisle is allowed the leadoff batter to reach base.
Yes, it is, my friend. Walk in the 1st inning, double in the 2nd, single in the 3rd, and now a single in the 4th. Vizquel takes a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Right-hander Bilal with a long look in. Franson at first base. The pitch, line drive towards right center field, and it's going to fall, and Coates misses the ball. That's an error on Coates. Backing him up is Ellison, and the throw in not in time to get a hustling Omar Vizquel as he comes into second base. So that's a single and an error on Buck Coates. Runners now at second and third for the Giants. And the pitcher spot, Pat Mish, he's at the plate, hitting from the right side. Takes the first pitch, and it's in there for a strike from Bilal. On deck, Dave Roberts. He's reached twice via the walk. Mish from the right side. The pitch. An off-speed pitch inside, and that's a ball. One pitch on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to the left-hander Mish, who hits from the right side. Runners at second and third, nobody out. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and they get Mitch on a breaking ball, and he's the first out of the inning, but that's going to bring Roberts to the plate. And Roberts has a 5-game hitting streak coming into this ball game. He's walked twice, and he's looking for his first hit of the night. And with runners in second and third, I can imagine for a veteran player, he's going to lock in right here. Bilal, the right-hander with the pitch. First pitch, outside corner for strike 1. Long look in, Bilal to David Ross, the leg kick and the pitch. Fastball inside off the plate to David Roberts, and that's a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. That strikeout of Mish is only the second strikeout of the night for Matt Bilal as he steps off the backside of the rubber. He'll regroup, look back into the sign from Ross, and get ready to face Roberts, who's hitting from the left side. Runners at second and third. The pitch, ground ball to the second baseman Phillips. He'll back up, throw on to first base, but that's an RBI for Mr. Dave Roberts. And that will advance the runner, Vizquel, on to third base. That will score Kevin Francis. And the Giants' lead now is 3-0. Two down, and here's Rajay Davis. Davis with a great throw in earlier, a nice defensive play. This pitch popped up towards the right side. Phillips calling for the ball. He'll make the catch, and that's the end of the inning. But the Giants, once again, put the leadoff hitter aboard, and that leadoff hitter scores. They lead the Reds 3-0 as we head to the top of the 5th on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
This is the radio station you're listening to.
Community that cares. Brookwood Retirement Community.
Monday morning, we'll talk about the flu. Nothing funny there, but Dave Barry joins me. He's funny. Jim Scott, 700 WLW.
Top of the 5th. Giants up 3-0. Back with a play-by-play. Here's Marty Brenneman.
Thank you, Jeff. Time for the U.S. Bank back-to-back cash-back home run inning. At the Reds hit back-to-back home runs here in the 5th. Tim Carpet and Grand, courtesy of the good folks at U.S. Bank. The pitch to David Ross, and it's high, ball 1. Mish has allowed 3 hits. He's walked a couple of batters. He left 2 on in the second inning. The one time the Reds have posed any kind of threat. Ross takes this pitch, and the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Matt Belisle waiting in the on-deck circle. He'll bat for himself. The Reds had John Kudlangas throwing in the last inning, but he has since settled back down onto the bullpen bench. Here's ball 3. Bronson Arroyo gets the ball tomorrow night. Game number 3 here at AT&T Park against right-hander Kevin Correa. Aaron Harang will pitch on Sunday against a yet-to-be-named Giant pitcher. Call strike. Speaking of Aaron Harang, and we mentioned the fact that next Saturday, September the 29th, that has been changed from a 7:10 game to a 3:55 afternoon game against the Chicago Cubs, and that game tentatively has a pitching matchup, again, of Aaron Harang and Carlos Zambrano. Here's a long drive left field, and number 17 for David Ross. The Reds are on the board and trail 3-1. David Ross got every bit of it. Gets a grand hand from third base coach Mark Berry. He deposits that baby into the seats and left, and it didn't take very long to get out there. Looking at the second inning. Belisle could figure out a way to hit one out of here. Tim Carpenter of Fairborn, Ohio, wins $10,000. Pitches in for a strike. Walks in for strike 2.
Does not look good. Doesn't look good for Belisle to hit a homer here.
Not at all.
Not after that turn.
I'm constantly amazed at your perception viewpoints on
my analytical ability.
Unbelievable. 0-2 the count.
I'm still trying to figure out what that word meant you used last night.
Unmitigated?
Yeah. No, I know what that. You had something.
Diametrically.
Yes.
Here's a wind up in the pitch. Check swing, strike 3, and that takes care of Belisle, and that's the 4th punch out for Pat Misch, who now will get leadoff batter Buck Coates. He was not in the lineup at game's beginning, but was forced to come off the bench when Norris Hopper was thrown out of the game when he led off with an apparent push bunt single to the right side, but plate umpire Bob Davidson ruled he was out of the batter's box and was automatically out. It resulted in a very, very upset Norris Hopper, who continued jawing from the dugout to the extent that he was thrown out of the game while the Reds were still batting in the 1st inning. Coach takes a strike, and he rips one into right field. The right fielder going back and will not be able to get it. Ball bounces back away from him. He can get 3, and he stopped. You have got to be kidding me.
This kid may have a lot of talent, but I tell you what, he has got a long way to go to learn how to play this game.
That is unbelievable. That ball hit the base of the wall, kicked back toward the infield, and what in the world Buck Coates was thinking about when he rounded second 2 steps and then threw on the brakes. If ever there was a ball with triple written all over it, that's it. And he managed to think his way into a 2-base hit.
When you hit the ball to right field in that manner, you do not look at the third base coach. You have the ball in front of you. You make your own judgment as to whether you're going to third or not.
Jeff Keppinger takes the strike, and they've got the bullpen working rather quickly, the San Francisco Giants do.
Well, they do not possess a great propensity of scoring runs, and with a 3-1 lead, they do not want to let that slide away.
Right-hander Randy Messenger is up and throwing. Coach leading at second. That pitch down. The count's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Marty, he was at second base before the right fielder ever got to the ball.
He's hit an error on a routine ball in right field that paved the way for an unearned run in the last inning, and now he plays a triple into a double. That pitch is ball 2, 2-1.
And he has yet to hit the cutoff man in any ball game where the ball has been hit to him, and even though his outfield play has been limited. Maybe he just doesn't know that the cutoff man is there for him to throw it to.
No, if he doesn't, what in the heck's he doing in the big league?
I can't.
Pat Mish has given up a long home run to David Ross, a double to Buck Coates after a Matt Belisle strikeout, and now is behind 2-1 to Keppinger, who is singled and bounced into a double play. Pitch swung on, pulled to left field, going back on the ball, and with a play is Dave Roberts. And that would have gotten the run in had Buck Coates done what he was supposed to do. Instead, he's at second base. It's a fly ball to left with a second out, and here's Brandon Phillips.
There are some things that you bring with you from the time that you are 8 or 9 years old and you play the game until you get to 19, 20, 21 years old, and those are called instincts.
Yeah.
And Buck Coates right now is not showing that he has a whole lot of those in the baseball arena.
Maybe that's the reason the Cubs are so willing to give him up. Here's Brandon Phillips with 2 out. Swing and a miss on a bad ball down and in. Fans are feeling lucky. Play the Ohio Lottery's Reds Indians $5 instant game. One run is in. One runner is at second base with 2 out. Phillips swings and fouls the other way. Off the right side, the count's 0-2 on the Reds' second baseman, who's not had the best of games so far. He was 0 for 5 last night, and he's 0 for 2 tonight.
But he's in that deep part of his lead A.J. off, and I know Pete Stan wants to let him play to see him, let him go ahead and get that 30th home run out of the way, but if he doesn't get a day off, he may not get to it now.
Well, Mish has him right where he wants him, 0-2. He checks back on Coates. He pitches, and a swing and a fly ball to center will end the inning. Rajay Davis, and at the end of 4 1/2, it's the Giants 3, the Reds 1.
Fresh, dairy fun. United Dairy Farmers.
700 WLW, the home of the Cincinnati Reds.
We go to the bottom of the 5th inning where it'll be 3, 4, and 5. Ryan Klesko, Benji Molina, and Nate Sherholtz to bat. And Pete McKenna not leaving anything to chance this inning. He's got Johnson Rangers already up in front. And this 5th inning will afford Belisle another opportunity to prove he can get a leadoff batter out. He's not done it the first 4 innings. And he's in with a strike to square things against Klesko at 1-1. Ryan turned and looked back at plate umpire Bob Davidson, who has not had the best of nights tonight. Klesko has walked and singled and shoots it foul between the bag and the coaching box at third. Again this season, when the Reds are at home, we invite your emails. Our email address is mpj@redsonradio.com. Thanks to Cincinnati Bell, bringing you technology solutions tailored to meet the ever-changing business world. Ball 2 and strike 2 to the count on the Giant first baseman. San Francisco leading here in the 5th inning, 3-1. Good Langus heating up, Belisle pitching. And strike 3 is called. So he finally gets a leadoff batter out. Striking out Klesko, looking. Ryan turns and says something to Bob Davidson and is still jawing at him as he heads on into the third base dugout.
Klesko was not happy with any of those calls. I'm surprised that he didn't throw him out of the ball game for arguing the balls and strikes and then pointing at him with the end of the bat.
One away in the inning. Here's Benji Molina, whose base hit drove in the game's first run back in the first. The run retired short the first. The ground ball was last time in there. He hammers one to center field, but right there is Ellison 4, out number 2.
Well, that ball right there shows you it just does not carry in this park, especially on a night like tonight with it just kind of hazy and small amount of mist.
Nate Sherholtz is 0 for 2. Tonight's game brought to you in part by JTM. Fans this back-to-school season, make sure and grab a bag of JTM's beef brisket. chooses to stop throwing and is heading on back into the first base dugout. Swing and a foul. 1 ball, 1 strike on Sherholt. Those of you who may be wondering if Bisham is any relation at all to Atlanta Braves general manager John Sherholtz, no, the answer is he does not even spell his last name the same way. Grounded up the middle. That's going to be a base hit into center field, and Nate Sherholtz has his first knock of the night, and base hit number 7 for the San Francisco Giants. Randy Messenger, by the way, is throwing in the Giant bullpen, so we may well have seen all we're going to see tonight of Pat Mish. Pedro Feliz 2 times up. His fly to center has the San Francisco third baseman. Call strike. Nope, ball 1.
Mish has only had a couple of starts this year, and for the most part, he's been out of the bullpen. His numbers are pretty good, though.
Well, the Reds are going to send John Kudlangas back to the bullpen. They've already called him into the dugout after Belisle had retired the first 2, and now they're going to send him back to start throwing again. The runner goes. The throw down to second. Got him, and the inning is over. Brandon Phillips accepts the throw, applies a tag, and we go to the 6th inning. 3-1 Giants on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
700 WLW.
Why should you go another day with elbow, shoulder, or knee pain? I'm Dr. Peter Cha, orthopedic surgeon at Beacon Orthopedics and Sports.
Garrett Beasley, weeknights on News 5, where the news comes first.
700 WLW.
Fans, you can now bid on one of 3 great ticket auctions to see the Reds finish the season in style against the Cubs. Log on to Reds.com and bid before 4 p.m. on September 25th, and you could win one of 2 suite packages or a front row ticket option complete with a batting practice experience. For more information and to place your bid, log on to Reds.com. With Jeff Brantley, Marty Burnham back at AT&T Park. Right-hander Randy Messenger's on now in relief. Edwin Encarnacion looks at a first pitch strike to get the 6th inning underway. Messenger making his 57th appearance, a win, 4 losses, and an ERA of 3.58. Line drive, left center field. Hit for Encarnacion. He extends his hitting streak to 7 games, and that's how the Reds' 6th inning begins. Here's a pitching line on Pat Mish. 5 hits, a run. He worked 5 innings. He struck out 4 and walked 2, and also hit a bat. We look over into the booth next to us, the Spanish broadcasts anchored by former Giants infielder Tito Fuentes, and we notice the gentleman sitting next to him that brings to mind an occurrence before the game tonight. Jeff and I were up here getting our game faces on and getting our work in our books and getting prepared for the broadcast. Encarnacion goes, and Cantu fouls it back. And we looked down on the field. There were a cluster of gentlemen near the Giants dugout, and we saw Rick Stowe walk over. And among all of these people, he offered up a baseball for a gentleman who was wearing a Giants jacket to sign.
He was going to give him the ball?
Sign the ball.
Oh.
No, Rick wanted him to autograph the baseball. Thank you very much.
I wanted to make
for
sure you
that point
said
of emphasis. Yes. And we put the glasses on. We were trying to figure out who the gentleman was. I'm thinking, naturally, it's a former San Francisco Giant or a New York Giant, a gentleman who has some years on him, and could not figure out for the life of me who it was. The gentleman happened to be, as we found out later, and he's in the booth being interviewed next door on the Spanish-speaking Giants network, a gentleman by the name of Carlos Sleen, who happens to be, here's a ground ball fair by third down the left field line. That's going to be for extra bases. Encarnacion to third. On to second goes Cantu. And just like that, the Reds are a base hit away from tying this game up. He happens to be, well, it may well be it, too. Here's a pitch. Flowing inside a ball. Joey Votto now trying to strike a blow here after a single by Encarnacion and a double by Cantu, his second two-base hit of the game. And both bullpens are busy. We mentioned Brad Hennessy, the right-hander for the Giants, and a right-hander for the Reds and Todd Coffey. Votto is 1 for 2, taking down and in 2 balls and no strikes. Reds on Radio brought to you in part by United Dairy Farmers. Try a cold-fashioned malt at UDF. All 24-ounce UDF malts and shakes on sale for $1.99, including UDF's famous chocolate malt. Dairy fresh, dairy fun, United Dairy Farmers. There is ball 3. Nobody out. Tying runs in scoring position. Messenger a pitch away from loading him up, and Votto takes a strike.
And really, Marty, up until the point that Randy Messenger went on the DL after slamming his left hand.
Here's a pitch. Swung on, ground ball right side. Will get a run in. The pickup by Franson. The throw. Votto's out. But home from third is Encarnacion to make it a 3-2 ball game. And on to third base goes Jorge Cantu.
Randy Messenger had surgery and was on the DL for about 3 weeks. That they inserted a screw into that 5th metacarpal. In other words, the pinky. Gotcha. It hadn't been the same for the old boy since he's come back.
Infield is in. Dallas going to ground ball down to third. And finish it in the left field. Home from third base is Jorge Cantu. The ex-Giant strikes another blow against his former club with a single to left to tie the game up at 3-3. So 4 men have hit in the inning. 3 of them have had hits. And here's David Ross, who got the Reds on the board in the 5th inning with a home run to left.
Jorge Cantu has hit 2 balls down that left field line that are about as hard as you could hit the ball today.
Ball 1. Brad Hennessy's thrown about all he needs to in the San Francisco bullpen. If the time comes when Bruce Bochy has to make a decision on changing pitchers, throw on to first base and a quick tag, and Ellison came that close to being picked off.
And that's the benefit of being a left-handed first baseman. You can catch that ball, and the glove is already closer to the base runner, and when you drop that tag down there, you can get it there in a hurry.
Ross waiting on the 1-0 pitch. Check swing, strike on the inside.
I played with a man in this same city that was about as good as putting a tag on the
Thrill
leading off base runner as anybody I've ever seen in my life, and that was Will the Thrill Clark.
Quick meeting now between David Ross and Mark Berry. Make sure everybody's on the same page as far as what the signs are.
He could catch it and tag them at the same time.
Left-hander Steve Klein will now go to the Giant bullpen to throw alongside Brad Hennessy. Ellison with good speed, getting a good lead against Klesko. The pause, the turn, the throw over, and back in time is a Reds base runner. 3-8-1 for the Reds, 3-7-0 for the Giants. Each team is stranded 5. We're in the top of the 6th inning. And the Reds have rallied to tie the game up at 3-3. Adam Dunn is on deck. And the throw to first again.
And those were probably picks that were called from Bochy or Righetti from the dugout, especially after the confusion between David Ross and third base coach Mark Berry. Ross going down for the meeting. If you're a manager on the other side, you're going to pick the first.
Strike. Ground out by Votto. Single by Ellison. That's low, 2-2.
And Dunn is on deck. Just in case there's no double play in this situation.
Well, you can bet he's going to be hitting off Steve Klein if it comes to Adam going to the plate. 2-2 the count. Here's the stretch and the pitch and a ground ball up the middle, slowly hit shortstop second first, double play, and the inning is over. But the Reds have tied it up in the middle of the sixth inning. Reds 3, Giants 3.
Wouldn't it be nice if financial service companies came with it
For well-qualified buyers.
Hi, this is Tom Brenneman, proud to be a part of the home of the Reds, 700 WOW. Fans, you feeling lucky? Well, at every Friday Reds home game, it's Ohio Lottery Fun Fridays, and you've got one more coming up next Friday against the Cubs. Bring in or buy a Reds Indian scratch-off ticket and enter it to win in drawings throughout the game. Great prizes will be awarded that include batting practice, viewings from the field, autographed items, tickets, and more. It's Ohio Lottery Fun Fridays at Great American Ballpark every Friday throughout the season. With one more still coming up, Game 1 next Friday night against the Cubbies. Well, the Reds have tied it up, and let's see if Matt Belisle can pitch a scoreless sixth inning. Pedro Feliz, Kevin Franson, Omar Vizquel. Bullpen for the Giants has been shut down, at least temporarily. Fouled out of play on pitch one by the third baseman Feliz. But John Kudlangas has gone back to throw for Cincinnati. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Grounded off the glove of the pitcher, but he recovers and underhands to first base. One out.
It was a nice play by Belisle.
Yeah.
But the quickness of Brandon Phillips in those types of situations, if you get to reach, you know, off to your left side more than a good stretch, Phillips is going to be there anyway. That angle there, Phillips is going to cover that ball, but obviously you can't assume that on the map.
One down in the inning, and here's Franson, 2 for 2, a double, a single, and he goes around on the pitch and actually fouled it off, strike one.
Well, that got David Ross. That looked like it got him right up underneath the guard that drops down that usually protects the throat area. You catch that on the collarbone, that doesn't matter how much padding you got there, that still is going to smart.
Yep, got him on the right collarbone. Brad Hennessy's gone back to the bullpen to start throwing for the San Francisco Giants, along with left-hander Steve Klein. Keep in mind now, Belisle is the first batter due up. In the top of the seventh, they would dearly love for him to get through this inning. Fouled out of play, 0-2.
Well, that would be the perfect managerial situation. That way you don't have to make a forced double switch in this situation.
Well, I'll tell you what, Pete Buchanan is short on personnel. I mean, there is no question about that. Scott Hatteberg has not been available for quite some time. That pitch is low and away. Woody's got a pulled oblique muscle, I think. Pedro Lopez has not played forever. He certainly is not in game condition. And we've seen Alex Gonzalez pinch hit a couple of times, but that's been the extent of his contribution of late. Foul ball down beyond the first base dugout and in the seats. So it's not like he's got a loaded bench over there, and even more so now with Junior gone for the year. And Norris Hopper's already been thrown out of the game in the first inning for arguing with Bob Davidson, forcing Buck Coates to come off the bench. So Pete Buchanan's flexibility is very, very limited. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And the one spot that he does have some flexibility is behind home plate.
Yeah.
With Valentin and Hannigan.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Belisle sights aside, delivers. A chopper over the mound. Tough play. That's going to be an infield base hit. Kevin Franson, 3 for 3, having a big night. Well, the San Francisco Giants hit that slow, high chop over the mound, and once it hit grass behind the mound, it was all over but the proverbial shouting. He's aboard with a single. And the inning will continue for shortstop Omar Vizquel.
And that's the one play that, as time goes on, there's going to have to be more communication with the shortstop and Brandon Phillips. Even though Brandon Phillips has the speed to get to that baseball, he cannot make that play. That needs to be the shortstop's ball, and there has to be communication in order to get that done.
Well, from a defensive standpoint, when you've got Alex Gonzalez out there, you're better equipped for that play to be made by the shortstop than maybe Jeff Keppinger.
Well, even Keppinger in that situation would have fielded the ball. It just would have been a little bit deeper.
Here's a fly ball, right center field. It's going to be in there for a hit, and it kicks by the center fielder and the right fielder. And they're waving the runner around. And no play. Second and third occupied. It looked like Tim Flannery was bringing Cranston all the way, and for some inexplicable reason, he opted to hold him. If he has him coming all the way, the Giants have the lead. We got a bit of an adventure out there tonight in center field and right field.
Well, Jason Ellison has played a lot of outfield in different positions in his career, but I'm not sure that Buck Coach is real comfortable at all out there where he's playing.
Well, Matt Belisle's night is over with. He got the first batter out, but gives up an infield hit and a base hit into right center, and now John Kudlangas will be brought on. Second and third occupied with a pinch hitter due up for the pitcher, and we'll be back in a moment.
Using my speed pass makes it convenient to stop in at mobile locations and get what I need.
Because being a dollar millionaire isn't about saving money, it's about being money. Word. A participating McDonald's. This is the home of the Reds, 700 WLW.
Well, a newcomer on the mound, John Kudlangas. A newcomer at the plate in Ray Durham, batting for the pitcher. With Giant runners at second and third, and Durham against an infield playing in. 277 batting average. That's his lifetime mark. He's been a very, very good player in his big league career. And the first pitch to him is up and in a ball. Batting only .215 this season with 11 home runs and 66 RBIs. He's 4 for 15, but 2 pinch hit home runs. That's a ball, 2-0. The inning began with the infield hit, this situation began with a one-out infield hit by Kevin Franson, then a double by Omar Vizquel into right center field. The pitching change, Belisle gone, Kudlangas on, and Durham batting for the pitcher Randy Messenger. And cannot throw a strike. Ball 3.
This is part of what you learn as a young pitcher. You've got to be able to throw strike one when you come out of the bullpen.
There's the strike. 3-1 the count. Reds came up with 2 runs in the top of the inning to tie the game, and the San Francisco Giants hope they have an answer here in the home half. With 1 out, second and third base. The pitch. Ground ball into left field, a base hit. 1 run scores, 2 runs score. Giants lead 5-3. Durham delivers off the bench. A 2-run single between Encarnacion and Jeff Keppinger. And the tie doesn't last very long. On Matt Belisle, 5 1/3 innings, 9 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. He walked 3, struck out 3, and threw a wild pitch. Here's Dave Roberts, and there's a throw on to first base.
Got a guy come in, hit off the bench on a cool night. He's hitting .215 for the year. And you go 3-0 on.
Pitch. And a strike is called.
When you come out of the bullpen, whether it's a breaking ball, changeup, fastball, whatever, it's got to be a strike on the first pitch, and it's got to be a quality pitch.
1 strike and nothing. The throw on to first base.
And the thing about it, Marty, is if you don't know anything about the guy that you face, if you're a young guy and you haven't faced this club or you don't know anything about him, then you better ask somebody.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't there a certain reliance on a guy behind the plate who's a veteran catcher like David Ross?
It's true. It is true.
One strike and nothing. Kudlanga's concerned about Ray Durham, a swing and a miss. Rajay Davis waiting on deck. So the Reds, who have played catch-up baseball all night long tonight, finally get 2 runs in the 6th inning to tie the game up, and the Giants come right back against Matt Belisle and John Kudlangas to regain the lead by 2. Fastball up and outside, and the point I make now at this stage of the season, when you are a week and a day away from the end, for my money, John Kudlangas is a rookie in name only. He has been around the entire year, and he should be accountable for more than what we just saw a moment ago.
I agree.
2-2 as he misses with a curveball. I get so tired of hearing, well, he's a young guy and he's in his first year in the big leagues. When you're a pitcher and you've been called on to pitch as much as this guy has.
Not now.
No, sir. Take Jared Burton. Look what he's done. When you talk about improvement, it's scary to watch Jared Burton now and opposed to Jared Burton in April and May.
And then you'll also have the flip side excuse. Well, I'm not getting consistent work.
Right.
I'm not. You know what? If you get people out, they'll put you out there.
Foul ball out of play.
You know why, John? You know why Jared Burton pitches the 8th inning every night, win, lose,
Because
or
he's
draw?
earned it.
Because he's wearing them out.
Yes, he is. Holding at 2-2 on Dave Roberts. He has been on twice tonight with walks, and the only time he didn't get on base, he drove in a run with a ground ball in the 4th inning. Swing and a foul into the middle of the catcher, and that's a strikeout. And now Rajay Davis is due to bat, slowly leaving the on-deck circle and heading toward the plate. And knew that he would see Pete McCannon emerge from the dugout, and he's not disappointed. Pete's going to go back. He'll take Kudlangas back with him and bring on right-hander Todd Coffey. And with another pitching change here in the 6th inning in San Francisco, we will return after this.
Welcome to Tire Discounters.
Yes, I'd like to offer my services. I'm a professional disclaimer reader.
I'm sorry, but here at Tire Discounters, we don't use disclaimers.
But certain restrictions do apply because certain restrictions always apply because that's what certain restrictions do. They apply.
Never. At Tire Discounters, everything's included in one simple upfront price. And a free alignment comes with any set of 4 tires.
All right. What about C-Store for details? Because to get the one simple upfront price that includes nitrogen, inflation, and a free alignment with any set of 4 tires, to get all that, you got to what?
Just stop in at any Tire Discounters.
C-Store for details.
Your Grange Independent agent. Run the numbers and prove it to you.
Hi, this is Ryan Friel, and you're listening to the home of the Reds, 700 WLW.
Again this year, Western and Southern Financial together. Todd Coffey, Rajay Davis, 2 outs in the inning, 2 runs in, and Ray Durham, the run producer, with a 2-run single a couple of moments ago over first base. Here's Coffey. And the pitch is taken ball high.
And what Pete McCannon is trying to do with Todd Coffey is bringing him in circumstances where he's got a high rate for success to try to build some confidence back in this right-hander.
There's a throw on to first base. Well, the numbers this season are ugly. 53 appearances, a 2-1 record with a 6.36 ERA, and he served up 12 home runs in 46 2/3 innings. Not only that, but the league batting .332 against him. Nobody would have ever envisioned that when this season began back in April. His stretch and his pitch, and he's high again with a fastball. 2-0. Todd Coffey is about as good an example as there is. It doesn't make any difference if you can throw 94 or 95 miles an hour. You've got to have something else.
That's why they call it pitching.
That's right. Everybody gets all excited about guys that throw hard. Here's a foul ball. (5-3) Giants. 2 outs in the 6th inning with Rajay Davis hitting against Todd Coffey. Ryan Klesko watching from the on-deck circle. Runner going. Pitch is taken. Throw down, not in time. Stolen base.
And when you're sitting in the Giants dugout, there is a coach that has a stopwatch in his hand. If you are over 1.3 seconds delivering the ball to home plate, you are going to run the runner to second base. And big leg kick, I can assure you, he is well over 1.3.
So Ray Durham gets his hit stolen base. They would love to find another run to the lead with Kansas City. And the pitch, and it's called strike. And I'll tell you what, Rajay Davis didn't like that call and has every reason not to. That was a very high strike call by Bob Davidson. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Coffey looking. Ray Durham leading at second base. Payoff pitch. He walked. So now it'll be Ryan Klesko to hit. Allows numbers, by the way, 5 1/3 innings, 9 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. A wild pitch. A swing at a foul, and Klesko almost came out of his shoes.
I have seen that swing up close and personal.
David Ross hands delivers the ball back to the mound and visits briefly with Todd Coffey. Ray Durham at second base, Rajay Davis at first. Over the American League tonight, Boston gains some more breathing room for themselves. They beat Tampa Bay, while the Yankees fall in 14 innings to the Toronto Blue Jays 5-4. So the Red Sox lead has been expanded to 2.5, and in that Boston win, 8-1 over the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, Josh Beckett becomes the first 20-game winner in the big leagues. Pitch is way outside the ball. I can't imagine who would challenge him for Cy Young in the American League.
I'm going to have to agree with you there, partner, because he started off like wildfire and has yet to cool off.
20-6 his record after the win earlier tonight. Fly ball, center field, hit well, going back, Ellison on the move, got it. 2 steps and banging into the wall and straight away center field. Fine play by Jason Ellison. The inning is over, but another scoring inning for the Giants. At the end of 6, they lead 5-3 on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
CBTR Star Portfolio was developed to address your entire spectrum.
Like half gallons of Kroger and Active Lifestyle milk, deli popcorn chicken, Totino's pizza. They're all 10 for $10. Don't miss the mega 10 for 10 sale at Kroger.
The big one, 700 WLW.
Well, the Reds have shown the ability to come back in this game. Now they're going to be asked to do it again. Down 5-3. They face right-hander Brad Hennessy here in round number 7. And back with a play-by-play, Jeff Brantley.
Thank you, Marty. Hennessy on the right-hander. First batter that he's going to face is the pitcher spot, and that will bring out of the dugout. Normally playing at shortstop. For the Reds is going to be Alex Gonzalez. First pitch that he takes is a strike on the outside corner. Gonzalez has had some leg problems, but it doesn't affect the bat here as he hits this ball right back up the box. A leadoff base hit for the man. And I don't know how well he's going to be able to run, but he is staying in at first base, and he didn't look like he was running real well down the line. Base hit, he's aboard. They're all looking into the dugout. I think they're going to take him out for a pinch runner, and they will. And I believe that looks like Pedro Lopez, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Yes, it is. Pedro Lopez will pinch run for Alex Gonzalez after the base hit. And here's Buck Coates with a runner at first base. Hennessy, though, pitch outside, and that's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Well, you don't have to see too many pitches to pinch run, and Lopez is in the ball game to do just that. Delivery by Hennessy, up and away again. 2 balls and no strikes to Buck Coates. Reds would like nothing more than to put some more runs on the board. They trail at this point 5-3. They scored 2 and turned around and let the Giants come right back. This pitch hit foul into the seats down the left field line. 2-0 fastball, and Hennessy just challenged Coates there, and Coates was way behind on that one. Coates standing in. Lopez takes his lead. The pitch inside corner, strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two count now. Lopez taking his lead. The pitch hit off the end of the bat and fouled straight back. And if you're Hennessy, after seeing a 2-0 swing that's fouled off late down the left field side, I believe I would be coming in a hurry with my best heater. No fooling around. If you can't get it out there at 2-0. The pitch. Slider down and in. They'll check down at third, and that's a swing and a miss on the check swing by Buck Coates. They ring him up, and that's a strikeout for the first out of the inning. Keppinger comes to the plate now with the pinch runner Lopez at first base. That was a slider down and in, and Coates had to cheat to get to that ball, and when you cheat to get to it and it breaks down and in, you're usually going to miss it. 1 away, here's Keppinger. Keppinger with a hit in the first inning. Has yet to reach base since. Fastball down and away from Hennessy, and that's a strike. Brad Hennessy is pitched in a lot of different situations for the Giants this year. Was the closer for quite some time. That pitch on the inside corner for strike 2. 19 saves on the year. Right-hander looks in for the sign. Leg kick and the pitch. Ground ball 0-2 in between first and second base. Not a real good pitch for the right-hander Hennessy. Keppinger is aboard. Reds now have runners at first and second base. And here comes Brandon Phillips. Second hit of the night for Jeff Keppinger. And oh, what a good time for number 30 right here. Lopez moves over to second base on the base hit to right field by Keppinger. Runners at first and second, one down. And the heart of the Reds order is in, and that will get the Giants bullpen ready one more time. This ball hit hard and high towards right field, going back. Makes the catch is the right fielder for the Giants, Nate Sherholtz. And that was a heck of a running catch. Brandon Phillips hit that ball right on the nose. Sent Sherholtz all the way back to the wall. He makes the catch right in front of the Giants sign. Bricks in right center field, just to the right of the 365 sign. That's the second out of the inning. Phillips hit it good with the middle rail. So Benji Molina out to talk to his right-hander Brad Hennessy with runners at first and second for the Reds. And hitting in the number 4 spot tonight, Edwin Encarnacion. He's been hit by a pitch, grounded into a fielder's choice. And his last time up, back in the 6th inning, he led off the inning with a single and scored. First pitch he sees is off the plate away. 1 ball, no strikes. Edwin Encarnacion now has extended his hitting streak to 7 ball games. Right-hander stands in. That pitch off the plate away, 2-0. And as Marty mentioned last night, number 2 going into last night's ball game with hitting with runners in scoring position. He's got a chance here. The pitch. Right back up the middle. He hit that one off the end of the bat. Looked like an off-speed pitch from Hennessy. Hennessy makes the catch, flips on to first base, and that's it for the Reds here in the top of the 7th. They trail 5-3.
It's time for the 7th inning stretch. Brought to you in part by McDonald's. I'm loving it. McDonald's and by Tire Discounters. This is the home of the Reds. 700 WLW.
Mike Stanton is on here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The left-hander will face number 4, 5, and 6. Molina, Sherholtz, and Pedro Feliz. Righty, lefty, righty for the Giants as they lead 5-3 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Sherholtz with a fine running catch off the bat of Brandon Phillips. Most likely saved at least 1 run and may have saved 2. Stanton, the left-hander on the leg kick and the pitch. Fastball just off the plate away. 1 ball, no strikes to the right-handed hitting Benji Molina. Molina standing in, bat over the head. Line drive pulled foul down the left field line just past the bullpen. You get your buddies down in the bullpen. Your teammates are supposed to be protecting you from line drives just like that one. And that ball, whoever's protecting the Giants bullpen did not do a real good job there. The pitch. Ground ball to the third baseman, Encarnacion. Up, throwing on to Cantu, 1 down. Nice play by Encarnacion, and that's the first out here in the bottom of the 7th inning for the Giants. in the sixth. Run scored by Encarnacion, one by Cantu. First pitch from the left-hander Stanton to the left-hander Sherholtz is a breaking ball. Swing and a miss by Sherholtz for strike one. Sherholtz with a base hit his last time up. The pitch. Off the plate away. 1-1 now to the left-handed hitting Sherholtz. Sherholtz was thrown out stealing by David Ross after a base hit back in the fifth inning. And he'll hit here with one out. Looks like Tyler Walker warming up for the Giants down in their bullpen. Pitch by Stanton, breaking ball right in there. Strike two. Good breaking ball from Stanton. Started right at the hitter Sherholtz. Broke right over the heart of the plate. Put Stanton ahead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Left-hander kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Another breaking ball, and Sherholtz had no idea where that one was out. 2 down. Pedro Feliz will come to the plate. Right-handed hitting third baseman. Stanton, a former San Francisco Giant, albeit only for 2 months, but he did play for this ball club and with many of these players that wear the black and white and orange right now. First pitch to Feliz is a breaking ball down in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Feliz is yet to get a hit tonight. Flied out to center twice and grounded back to the pitcher. The pitch, backdoor breaking ball. Stanton tries, and he just does miss. 2 balls and no strikes now to Pedro Feliz. The man standing on deck, Kevin Franson, 3 for 3 tonight. That pitch outside corner, strike one. 2 balls and a strike. Franson has hit the ball hard every time up, and he has scored every time up tonight. And coming into this ball game, in his last 21 games, he's hit .333. I'd say Franson has done the job quite dramatically as of late, and that's why you need to get Feliz out right here if you're Mike Stanton. 3 balls, 1 strike now with 2 down. Stanton taking his time on the mound. Looks in for the sign from Ross. Ross sets up the pitch. Fastball hit towards the third baseman. Nice play by Encarnacion. Throws it away at first base. Encarnacion made a nice grabbing stop at third base and had to throw it from the side across the infield. And the ball gets by Cantu. It looked almost as though Cantu may have stretched a little bit early at first base. A high hopper and a nice leaping grab by Encarnacion. And it looked as though the first baseman, Cantu, just didn't quite stretch the proper way. They're going to give him a base hit on the ball by Feliz. That was definitely no error on the throw by Encarnacion. Nice play. Here's Franson. First pitch, he fouls it off. That was the first hit of the night for Pedro Feliz. And he stands at first base now with 2 down. And the man at home plate is the hottest Giants hitter they got. He's 3 for 3 tonight. Picked to first, not in time. Stanton has that high leg kick with his right leg right before he comes home, pitching out of the stretch all the time. And the pitch. in on the hands of Franson once again, and quickly. Stanton is ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. So Franson, if he's going to get a 4th hit of the night, he's going to have to earn it right here. No balls and 2 strikes, facing the veteran left-hander Mike Stanton. Stanton with a long look into David Ross, the leg kick and the pitch. Hits it off the end of the bat, headed towards right field, and Coates just stops and lets it bounce in front of him. 4 for 4 now for Kevin Franson. Not a great 0-2 pitch, but absolutely no effort in right field to make the play by Buck Coates. I tell you what. So now with 2 outs, the Giants here in the bottom half of their order are putting something together with 2 down. Fastball is in there to Omar Vizquel. Vizquel 3 for 3 himself tonight. Doing it with the bat tonight, but as the history goes for this number 13, he has done it with the glove from day one. Breaking ball inside. Vizquel takes it for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners at first and second base for Omar Vizquel. Stanton looks in for the sign. Checks the runner at second twice. Kick and pitch. Off the plate away. 2 balls and a strike to Omar Vizquel. You add up the years of pitcher and batter at this point, and I would imagine you're going to come up with a whole bunch of numbers. Stanton with a pitch. Outside corner, hit foul on the line down the right field side. Vizquel trying to go the other way. Didn't quite get the bat there at the time. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. First and second. Excellent first base with his 4th hit of the night. And Pedro Rodriguez at second base with his 1st hit of the night. And Omar Vizquel looking for his 4th hit of the night. Stanton double checks the runner at second, the pitch. Off-speed pitch down and fouled off by Omar Vizquel. That is the one thing that Omar Vizquel has really done as he has moved later in his career, has become a much better contact hitter at home plate. The pitch. Off the plate inside. A breaking ball by Stanton. Tried to get Vizquel to fish for it and did not move at home plate, did Vizquel. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 down. The runners will be going here. The pitch. Fly ball left center field. That baby's headed towards the wall, and it's out of here. Home run. Omar Vizquel and the Giants have blown this baby wide open. It's 8-3. Home run number 3 for Vizquel, and he hit that one right on the nose. Fastball middle away, and Vizquel jumped all over it, put it out of here in left center field, right over the 382 sign. Eight to 3. Giants. And now the pinch hitter, Rich Aurelia, will stand in with 2 down. Fastball from Stanton off the plate away. 1 ball, no strikes. Fastball fouled off to the right side. 1-1 now to Aurelia. So the 7 and 8 hole hitters for the Giants tonight are 8 for 8 with 6 runs scored. How about that? Stanton looks in for the sign. Brad Salmon warms up in the bullpen. Fastball off the plate in to Aurelia. 2 balls and a strike. Boy, Stanton got 2 quick outs. Felice got a base hit on a tough play by Encarnacion. The pitch. Line drive towards center field. Going back is Ellison. Reaches up, makes the catch, and that's the end of the Giants' 7th inning. But they put 3 on the board, and they lead 8-3 on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
Wellington's Steakhouse, a Grand Victoria in Rising Sun is now.
Kenwood and on Beachmont Avenue in Anderson will pamper your every need. Identity also features the medical skin and body clinic. Our identity, like yours, is one of a kind.
The big one, 700 WLW.
Jack Tashner, the left-hander, on for the San Francisco Giants. They lead 8-3 over the Reds, and as we head to the top of the 8th inning, back with the play-by-play, here's Marty.
Thank you very much, JB. The Reds had their work cut out for them, down by 5, and time running out. Time for the big payoff inning, sponsored by your local Chrysler dealer. 4 batters in the inning for those listeners. The first pitch is taken low for ball 1. Left-hander Jack Tashner, who we saw last night, back out there tonight and working with a 5-run lead. The pitch, that's way inside 2-0. Brad Hennessy works an inning, allows a hit, strikes out a batter. Randy Messenger right now is a pitcher of record, even though he allowed 2 runs in the top of the 6th inning, enabling the Reds to tie it up because the Giants came right back with 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th. Those runs charged to Matt Belisle, who would be the losing pitcher. Ground ball down the left field line. Another rocket off the bat of Jorge Cantu, and he will be at second base with his 3rd double of the night.
I'll tell you what, he can hit it.
Yes, he can. So he's at second. Charlotte Stewart of Highland Heights picks up a $25 Kroger gift card along with a couple of Reds tickets. Charlotte, to claim your prize, you must call 1-800-843-2441 before this game ends. 1-800-843-2441. And now Joey Votto steps into bat for Paul Devoto of Fort Thomas.
Votto for Devoto?
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah, not bad. Here's a pitch. Shoot foul into the second deck behind the third base dugout. Yeah, big night for Cantu. Double in the second, double in the 6th, double here in the 8th inning. The only time they got him out was when he popped up in the 4th inning to second base. Fastball upstairs from the left-hander Tashner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brad Salmon warming up in the bullpen. We'll see him in the bottom of the 8th inning. Running down the finals that have come in tonight. The White Sox beat the Twins 6-4. Texas scores a 3-2 win over the Baltimore Orioles. That's too low for a ball. The Boston Red Sox, as we mentioned, with Josh Beckett getting his 20th win of the year, beat the Tampa Bay Devil Rays 8-1. David Ortiz, Jason Varitek, and Mike Lowell all had Red Sox home runs in that game. So the off day yesterday for Boston apparently agreed with them. They add another game to their lead, which now goes to 2.5 because the Yankees in 14 were beaten in Toronto by a score of 5-4. Detroit knocked off Kansas City 5-4. Cleveland over Oakland 4-3 as the Indians take another step toward the American League Central Division Championship. Here's a foul. And a final in from Anaheim. The Seattle Mariners have beaten the Angels 6-0. Jared Washburn picking up his 10th win of the season. Here it's 8-3 in favor of the San Francisco Giants. Jorge Cantu at second base after doubling to begin the Reds' 8th inning. That's low for a ball and a full count now on Joey Votto. In the National League, the Astros defeated the St. Louis Cardinals 6-3. Philadelphia knocked off the Washington Nationals 6-3.
They just keep on winning, don't they?
Sure do. Jimmy Rollins hit his 29th home. Pat Burrell, number 29. Rollins, number 29. Wow. And Ryan Howard, number 42. Base hit into right center field. We'll have Cantu being waved around and home. And it's 8-4. And Joey Votto comes up with his second hit and second RBI of the night.
Both off left-handers.
Yep. Paul DeVoto and Fort Thomas a $10 Kroger gift card along with 2 Reds tickets. And now it'll be Jason Ellison stepping in to bat for Bernie Brown of Southgate, Kentucky. And the bullpen starts up again. Tyler Walker for the San Francisco Giants. Pitch in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, but down by 4 runs. Joey Votto will not attempt to move up. 1-0 on the right-hand batting Ellison, who has walked, struck out, and singled to drive in a run.
I don't know how many ABs that you would say that you would need against left-handed pitching to say, well, he's recognizing left-handers pretty well, but I would say Joey Votto can hit left-handers from my perspective.
1 ball, 2 balls in those strikes. I agree with you.
He has not shied away from the breaking ball. He has not been buckled by a breaking ball. He does not look uncomfortable. He has not been sold.
Jack Tashner's given up hits to the first 2 batters he's faced here and misses badly inside. He's 3-0 now on Jason Ellison. Up next, David Ross due to bat. Then the pitcher spot come up, and again, Pete Buchanan doesn't have a great deal of flexibility over there on that bench. He's already used Alex Gonzalez as a pinch hitter. That pitch is high for a ball. So 3 batters, all 3 have reached. David Ross heading toward the plate, and let's see if it's a pitching change. It will be. Bruce Bochy bouncing out of the dugout and pointing that he wants right-hander Tyler Walker to come on. Pitching change after pitching change after pitching change here in San Francisco tonight. And the beat goes on. Tashner leaves. Walker enters. We'll be back in a moment.
How far will
See store details.
This is the home of the Cincinnati Reds, 700 WLW.
Tyler Walker is on the mound for the San Francisco Giants. He'll take over for Jack Tashner with runners at first and second base. And at first is Ellison, and at second base is Joey Votto. And the Reds trying to climb their way and claw their way back into this thing. And Tyler Walker will face Javier Valentin with nobody out. And he'll pinch hit for David Ross.
That he will, and he steps in to bat for Ron Ford of Lebanon, Ohio. 2 on, 1 run in, nobody out. Reds have a chance to take a further bite out of what is now a 4-run deficit. Tyler Walker's first pitch on the way, and Valentin takes it outside a ball. Walker worked last night, a third of an inning, allowed a base hit. Votto leading at second base, Ellison at first, Here's a shot to deep center field. That ball sounded sweet coming off the bat, and it's high off the wall. One run is going to come home to score. It's a double for Valentin, and the Reds now trail 8-5. Boy, you talk about a rocket.
That ball was hit.
It sounded like a rifle shot coming off the bat, and banged into that padding to the right of the 399 sign in center field. So now it'll be Adam Dunn sent to the plate to bat for pitcher Mike Stanton.
Marty, there's one thing that you can always count on when you bring in Valentin and there's a hard thrower on the mound, you're going to get a quality AB out of that kid.
Here's Adam Dunn. Still nobody out. Second and third. Dunn hits a very high pop-up on the very first pitch. Wow. The left fielder under to make the catch for the out. Not a very good at-bat for Adam Dunn. And now we go back to the top of the batting order, and here's Buck Coach, who has done anything but acquit himself well in this game tonight.
Well, Dunn got a fastball on the first pitch and just mishit it. And if you ask a lot of guys, Marty, when they come off the bench, and Dunn hasn't done this too many times, you want to try to get a fastball the first pitch. If you do, take a swing at it. He did. Just didn't happen to work out this time around.
So now Buck Coach steps in with one out. Tyler Walker with nothing going on in the Giant bullpen hits a high fly ball to left. The runner will tag. The catch will be made for Dave Roberts. He slips down, and the run will score easily to make it an 8-6 ball game.
Boy, the Reds caught a break on that one right there. Even though that was Ellison tagging at third base, and he has got some speed, David Roberts was not too far from home plate when he caught that baseball.
Well, 2 down in the inning. The Reds still down by 2, and Jeff Keppinger steps in. He has had 2 singles tonight and 4 times up. All these runs that have been scored here in the inning are charged to Jack Cashner, who did not get a batter out. Valentin leading at second base, and Keppinger takes a strike. Now the pitch. That's high and inside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Oh, we had 3 winners in our big payoff inning tonight. Charlotte Stewart, Paul DeVoto, and Ron Ford all win. Ford wins a $25 Kroger gift card along with a couple of Reds tickets. And again, the number you must call to claim your prize, you have to call before the game ends. There's a base hit into right field. They're bringing Ballot. Now they stop him. They hold him up as the throw comes hurriedly toward the plate. And a good throw by Nate Sherholtz. Valentin held on the base hit to right by Keppinger. And the Reds have him at first and third, 2 out.
That was a good decision there from Mark Berry, because he would have been deader than a doornail.
So Brandon Phillips 0 for 4 tonight, 0 for 9 in the series.
You know what that means, Marty?
I give up.
He's due.
Oh, really?
I knew you'd love that.
Well, he represents a go-ahead run. Again, all our big payoff inning contest winners have to do is to claim their prize. You must call before the game ends, 1-800-843-2441. Phillips flied to deep right in the 7th inning. He waves at the first pitch delivered by Tyler Walker, and I'll tell you, he's in a real funk right now. Maybe it's because he needs a day off.
Well, I think that he is playing fatigued. And, you know, Marty, he's played just about every day since day 1 anyway.
First and third, 2 runs in, 3 runs in with 2 men out. Way inside.
Almost picked him off with that 92-mile-an-hour heater, and the count's a ball, a strike.
Well, when you look at it, Marty, this club has a day off because of the travel day on Monday. And, you know, maybe that will be the day off that Brandon gets.
He's playing in game number 151 tonight, and the Reds are playing game number 155, so the math would tell you he's missed only 4 games all year long. Checks his swing, and there's strike 2 call.
And that shows you the Bob Davidson behind home plate. Even though that pitch was a strike, when Brandon Phillips turned around to ask where the pitch was, he got right in his face to tell him where it was. You don't have to do that.
No, you don't. Eddie Guardado warming in the Reds bullpen. Up the middle and into center field, and it's a 1-run ball game. 8-7 on a single by Phillips. Brandon drives in his 92nd run of the year, and the Reds have got a pretty good answer here in the 8th inning, and they hope they got that. Tyler Walker. Nothing is going on in the Giant bullpen.
That's a great job of hitting by Phillips right there. Even though he did not look good at all on those other pitches, and especially after turning around and getting it handed to him from Bob Davidson, and you can see him over there now talking to Billy Hatcher. He's still not happy with that.
Meeting breaks up as the bullpen starts up again for the San Francisco Giants. Right-hander Brian Wilson, their closer, has now gone down, and he will start to throw.
Here's the RBI man, Edwin Encarnacion.
Well, he's not been able to get it done so far tonight in that role. Here he is now with the tying run at second base and the lead run at first, and a strike to him. Reds a base hit away from tying this game up. Keppinger, the tying run at second, and that pitch almost picked him off, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck is Cantu. I would imagine Tyler Walker has this one batter here before Bruce Bochy makes another pitching change. The Giants 8, the Reds 7. Cincinnati with 4 runs here in the top of the 8th inning. Runners at first and second, 2 out. Encarnacion, a line drive, center field, base hit. They bring Keppinger around. The throw to the plate will be offline. The throw down to second, not in time. The runner breaks to the plate. The throw, and he's out. The inning is over, but the Reds tie it up. A single by Encarnacion. They throw back to second base to get Edwin, and Phillips breaks toward the plate. The return throw to catcher Benji Molina is out, and the inning is over. But what a comeback by the Reds. They score 5 times, and now with Eddie Guardado coming on, we're in the middle of the 8th inning of an 8-8 game.
And mildly seasoned, they're deliciously good, and they're available in several varieties, including fat-free for maximum fan satisfaction. Available both at the ballpark and your local grocery store. Be sure to compound every day.
Listen, okay? Jim Scott, 700 WLW.
Well, we move the bottom of the 8th inning, and what a comeback by the Reds team, scoring 5 times to tie it up. That play that ended the inning, the play at the plate on Brandon Phillips, went 8-2 to 4-2. And a boatload of changes for the Reds. Valentin catching, Eddie Guardado pitching. Joey Otto comes in from left field. this game belongs to the bullpen. Which one can get the job done best? Foul ball back by Wynn. Batting for the leadoff batter, Dave Roberts. Mike Stanton, not a good outing tonight. Worked the 7th inning, gave up 3 hits and 3 runs with a strikeout. Reds have had 16 hits in this game off San Francisco pitching. The Giants have collected 13 off Reds pitching.
Stanton gave up 3, but the Reds answered in fine fashion.
You're not kidding. What is interesting about the 3 runs that the Giants scored, coming on a 3-run home run by Omar Vizquel, who was batting right-handed when he hit the home run. The first home run he's hit right-handed since the 15th of June 2 years ago against the Minnesota Twins.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
My goodness. Well, he tagged it.
Yes, he did. Randy Wynn swings and misses. Eddie strikes him out. Now it'll be Rajay Davis with one away. We're wondering about the
And they were the ones who led off the rally back in the 8th inning.
35,502 turnout for tonight's Titanic struggle. 35,502 pushing the Giant home attendance figure over the 3 million mark for the season. Rajay Davis, ball 1. They go 3,044,711. And they made note and recognize the 3 millionth paying customer here at the ballpark. 2 balls and no strikes. Rajay Davis 0 for 3. Walked his last time up. Takes the strike. Again this year, AK Steel is giving back to the community by contributing its Reds on Radio airtime to some of the fine organizations that serve our community, because AK Steel cares about our community. Here's the pitch. Taken high, ball 3. Needing a strike, Guardado turns it loose and throws a bullseye. Full count on Rajay Davis. Right-hander warming up in the Giant bullpen, so apparently they'll be hitting off of a new pitcher for San Francisco. The Reds will. Foul ball. Balls and 2 strikes. Ryan Plesko, left-hand batter, waiting on deck. Reds 8, Giants 8 in the 8th inning. And a swing and a high pop-up over by the first base dugout. Votto is over and reaches in and makes a catch.
Calm, cool, collected.
Sure was, boy.
Just like he is against those left-handed pitchers. Tell you what, Marty, Eddie Guardado looks really.
He really does.
He does.
But you know what's amazing to me, and we've seen this kid quite a bit now at first base. We were either sold a bill of goods about his lack of defensive ability in Louisville, or the Reds baseball people were getting bad reports. This kid has made every conceivable play at first base, and you can't say it's lucky because he's done it with such ease. I just don't buy it. That's all I heard. Well, he's not ready defensively. I heard that from Wayne Kritzky. That this kid has been outstanding on defense. Here's a foul out of play, and the count's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Not only has he been good on the defensive side, great in my mind, But he's been about as clutch as you could possibly get at the plate in crucial situations, swinging the bat here at the big league level.
No question. Here's a high pop-up that should end the inning, and another good outing by Eddie Guardado as Brandon Phillips squeezes it. And we go to the ninth inning in a tie game at 8 on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
It's the Mega 10 for $10 sale at
Waited to receive half-price tickets in selected seating areas. Show your school spirit. Show your Red spirit. There's half-price tickets for students, and they're available at the ticket windows at Great American Ballpark or by logging on. Brian Wilson, not the ex-Beach Boys genius, but the closer of the San Francisco Giants on to pitch. Here in the top of the ninth inning, facing Jorge Cantu, who got the 5-run eighth underway with his third double of the night. And the first pitch to him is taken for a strike. Wilson with a 1-1 record and 0.98 earned run average in 19 relief outings. He's had 4 saves. He has really been good. The 1-strike delivery, and that one's taken at the knees for strike 2, and he can rush it up there. 94, 95 miles an hour. A young man that they surely said, here is a closer. He had a meltdown in the spring. But went down the minor leagues, worked, and came back recently and has really pitched well. He's a ball and 2 strikes on Cantu. David Weathers and Marcus McBeth warming up in the bullpen of this 8-8 game. We are in the top of the ninth inning. Joey Votto waiting on deck. Cantu behind in the count and waiting. He hits one to third, fielded by Feliz, and the throw is in time, 1 out.
And that is the pitch right there that Brian Wilson took him from meltdown to closer. That's the cut fastball. Not only does it cut away from the right-handers, it also has some downward movement, and it is tough to pick up.
Well, he gets that all-important first batter in a game like this, and now goes to work on Votto, who's had 2 hits and 2 RBIs with a run scored tonight. Foul ball back as part of its extra effort program. No casualty group and their independent agents protect what's yours. We never got a chance to take a look at the Cincinnati Bell trivia question.
Well, we know I got it.
Well, let's take a look at it. Votto takes high a ball. The first Major League regular season game at Candlestick Park took place on April 12, 1960. This dignitary threw out the ceremonial first pitch. Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, or Earl Warren? You said
Ronald Reagan.
I said
Nixon.
Wilson stretches and throws the 1-1. In the air, hammered to left field deep down the line. That ball is a foul ball. And I mean hit with authority the other way and just foul. According to crack research staff of the Reds Hall of Fame, the answer is Richard Nixon.
California, the guy's an ex-actor.
Our producer John Murray knew who it was.
I didn't look back there.
Nixon was a California native, wasn't he? Went to Whittier College?
Yeah, but he wasn't an actor.
Well, does that mean an actor had to throw out the first ball?
No.
Here's another drive hammered to left, and again it's foul. Vice President Nixon, the 1960 Republican nominee for president, called Candlestick the finest ballpark in America.
Did he really?
Did you buy that?
He must have seen it during the daytime.
The finest ballpark in America. That's what he referred to Candlestick Park as. Joey Votto down to the count, taking outside. If you text message or submit a chance at a pair of tickets, line foul and out of play to left.
Candlestick, the ballpark where you take BP in short sleeves and 2 hours later put on the parka.
You ain't lying.
And the fog rolls in.
Yes, sir. Famous Hunter's Point. Jason Ellison waiting on deck. Ball 3. If the Reds take the lead, it'll be well. In all likelihood, will be Marcus McBeth. And the Giants have Benji Molina, Nate Sherholtz, and Pedro Feliz due to bat in their ninth. A swing and a miss.
Chased the bad one.
He sure did. He chased ball 4. Fastball way up and in. So the Giants have waited to bring on their best at the last, and he's showing up pretty good right now.
Tell you what, this kid, you look at him out there, he is a competitive son of a gun.
Here's Jason Ellison, who's been on 3 times. Takes ball 1. He has walked twice, he has singled, he has scored a run, and knocked in 1. 8-16-1 for the Reds, 8-13-0 for the Giants. Fastball strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. If he retires the Reds in order, it will be the first time that has happened tonight. Foul away.
Well, they got that double play back in the 3rd inning, but that doesn't count as being an order, correct?
No. You got to get 3 batters in a row out.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's why I was deferring to the master's chair.
Well, I'm not so sure about that. I'll tell you another one that sticks in my craw. Foul ball. I see 4 guys go to the plate in an inning. One of those 4 gets a hit or walks, and the other 3 strike out. And the announcer will say he struck out the side. No, he did not strike out the side. Somebody got on base against him.
That one, I don't like either.
1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 out. Brian Wilson to the waiting Jason Ellison. Bouncer, 3rd baseman charges. Feliz gets. He throws. He got it. And Brian Wilson does his job.
He can bring it in there.
We go to the bottom of the 9th. 8-8 ball game on the Cincinnati Bell Radio Network.
Odds are you'll have fun. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Please play responsibly. Great selection of remaining 07 Jeep models. Hurry, these deals won't last long. Financing for well-qualified buyers. This is the home of the Red Legs. 700 WLW.
Right-hander Marcus McBeth is on now to try and do at the bottom of the 9th what Brian Wilson did at the top of the inning, and that's get the other side out without a run scored. Benji Molina will lead it off. RBI base hit back in the 1st inning. He's 1 for 4. Tonight came brought to you in part by Kroger. Low prices have never been so easy to find as your neighborhood Kroger. Just look for the yellow tags on items the family uses the most. Kroger, right store, right price. Molina with 19 home runs, 81 RBIs. Leading things off against the right-hander McBeth, who stretches on the mound and sends it plateward. And it's swung on and hit into center field. Ellison is on and gets it. 1 pitch, 1 out. Now Nate Sherholtz will step in.
That is the one pitch that Marcus McBeth is trying to pick up as fast as he possibly can, and that's that breaking ball. We've talked about it time and again. He's got the fastball and he's got a changeup, but you got to have a breaking ball in this league to be successful.
First pitch in there and a swing and a long drive, but foul to right field, 0-1. Steve Klein with the knowledge that Javier Valentin and Adam Dunn and Buck Coates are the batters due up for the Reds should this game go to a 10th inning. He's getting ready in the Giant bullpen.
Have to prepare for worst case scenario.
Yeah, you do. High 1-1. There are not too many good pitching numbers in this game, I want to tell you.
No.
Lyle gave up 5, 4 earned. Mike Stanton gave up 3 for the Reds. Nish 1, Messenger 2, Cashner 3, and Walker 2. Runs allowed by the Giants. And here's a high, lazy fly ball. Buck coach Brandon Phillips. Buck coach near the line. And he makes the catch, and they're 2 out. Infield base hit in the 7th inning. 1 for 4. 1 hit along the first inning. The San Francisco Giants have had on the rest pitching. 1-0 on the way from the death. So he's constantly So we are through 9 and yet to have a winner. The Reds 8, the Giants 8 on the Cincinnati.
They're all 10 for $10. Don't miss the Mega 10 for 10 sale at Kroger.
Well, we got the Bengals game Sunday, and Monday morning I've got the best Bengals coverage with Dave Lapham and the coach Marvin Lewis. I hope they win. Plus, we'll have a fall TV preview, news you need about the flu, and writer Dave Barry joins me live. Jim Scott, 700 WLW.
Extra inning time for the Reds and the Giants. The Reds are 9-8 extra inning games. The Giants are 6-13 as we go to the top of the 10th. Back with a play-by-play, Jeff Brantley.
Thank you, Marty. Here to start it off for the Reds will be Javier Valentin. Pinch hit double in the 8th inning, and he'll face Steve Klein, the left-hander, here in the top of the 10th. All locked up. Reds and Giants, 8 runs apiece. First pitch from Klein on the outside corner. That's a strike. Valentin will hit from the right side. RBI double in the 8th. Scored a run. This pitch hit towards the right field side on the run is Sherholtz. He'll make the basket catch, and there's one down. So with one away, here comes Adam Dunn. Dunn entered the ball game really as a pinch hitter, and most likely was not expected to play a whole lot tonight with a day off, trying to give that big body of his a rest. They shifted all the way around. Pedro Feliz playing shortstop. Omar Vizquel, that pitch is a ball down and away. Omar Vizquel, good 5 to 10 steps on the right field side of the second base bag. Second baseman Franson way out in right field. That pitch inside, 2 balls and no strikes, and Ryan Klesko, the first baseman, plays Adam Dunn right on the line. Klein trying to pitch Dunn inside, make him pull the baseball. The pitch. That pitch down, 3 balls and no strikes to the power hitting left fielder Adam Dunn. Klein from the set and the pitch. That pitch right down Broadway. 3 balls and a strike. Saw Klein before the ball game. He said, not exactly the year I wanted to put together. But that's the way the game is. The 3-1 pitch hit off the fist right into left field. It'll land there. That will be a base hit for Dunn. So Dunn is aboard on a fisted single into left field where nobody was anywhere near.
Yeah, people standing flexibility all the gone. The only brother he has left on that bench now is Ryan Hyatt. Well, that's it.
Well, he does have one pitcher that, if he does happen to come to the plate, at least you know he's swung it out before. One pitch in this inning. Valentin flew out to right field for the first out. Dunn singles with a bloop into left field, and now Buck Coates stands in, hitting from the left side. Lefty on lefty. Klein a lefty, Coates a lefty. The pitch. Fastball down and away for a ball. Coates walked his first time up, doubled down the right field line, struck out in the seventh, and had a sacrifice RBI back in the eighth. Line drive down the left field line, right to Gary Majeski, and he saves the catcher's life with that one, and that would be the bullpen catcher, Mike Stefanski. When you have bullpen mounds on the field, as they do here at A&T Ballpark, you've got to have someone to protect the catcher who has his back to home plate. And Gary Majeski does that there. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. Line drive down the left field line. Dunn had to pause for a minute. The ball just did go over a leaping Pedro Feliz, and the Reds have runners at first and second. We got action. So Dunn now aboard at second. Coates at first base, and Jeff Keppinger comes to the plate, and he is 3 for 5 on the night, and his last 2 ABs have been singles into right field. Benji Molina is out killing some time on the mound. Bruce Bochy will walk. Devon Davidson signal for a double switch. And they will make that double switch, and we'll pause here, and the Cincinnati Reds radio network will be right back to play the switch to work.
46 winners will share up to $33,000. 6 winners will play push your luck on a tournament box in the goal.
700 WLW.
So the double switch for the San Francisco Giants, as the Reds are posing a rally here, will bring in the right-hander. That will be Scott Munter. Moving from left field to right field is Randy Wynn, and the position player on the double switch will be Daniel Ortmeyer. He will be in left field. So Munter on to face the right-handed hitting Jeff Keppinger. 1 out, runners at first and second base. Dunn at second. Buck Coates at first base. And Keppinger at the plate. Not many ball games that Munter has pitched in, especially of this magnitude. And the pitch. Fastball, good sinking fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. The motion that Scott Munter has would be referred to as a pie thrower. Holds the wrist back and just slings it towards home plate. The pitch, ground ball right back at him. He'll turn around, throws to Vizquel. Vizquel on to Klesko. That's a double play, and that's it for the Reds. 1-6-3. Reds gone, and here come the Giants, tied at 8 as we head to the bottom of the 10th.
Advantage you.
Hi, this is Tom Brenneman, proud to be a part of the home of the Reds, 700 WLW. And back on for his second inning of work, the right-hander made quick work of the Giants in the 9th, and hoping to do the same here in the bottom of the 10th inning. We are all locked down at 8. Giants 8, Reds 8 as we head to the bottom of the 10th, the bottom of the order for the Reds coming to the plate. And normally you would say, well, that's pretty good for the Giants. Pretty good for the Reds, but yet the Giants have 7 of their runs in this last 3 spots. And actually 6 of their runs in the last 2 spots. be the leader off. He is 4 for 4 with 4 runs scored. Macbeth looks in for the sign. 9 the pitch. Breaking ball down and away, and Franson swings right over the top of it. Waiting on deck is Omar Vizquel. Vizquel hit a 3-run home run back in the 7th inning, and when he hit that, I thought this baby was long gone, but the Reds have battled back and tied it up. Fastball in there. That's a strike. No balls and 2 strikes, and Franson has something to say to Bob Davidson. That pitch was in there, right over the heart of the plate. Might have been a little high, but it's a strike either way you look at it. No balls and 2 strikes. Macbeth comes to the set. The leg kick and the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Here comes Keppinger, and he will not be able to make the play. So Franson is aboard, and most likely that will be an infield hit for the second baseman, and that will make him 5 for 5, and that is his first 5-hit game ever. And I would imagine there are probably a lot of folks out there that would like to say I had a 5-hit game, and Kevin Franson will be able to do that. A single here to lead off the bottom of the 10th for the Giants. And looks like a pitch runner coming in for him. And I believe that is Eugenio, if I'm not mistaken. Eugenio played second base last night. And he is in the pinch run. For Kevin Franson. So at the plate is Omar Vizquel, the veteran, most likely will be asked to bunt in this situation. Macbeth pauses for quite some time, and the pitch taken down and away. Ball 1. And if I'm Bruce Bochy, I may be tempted to run Eugenio in this situation with Valentin behind the plate. Eugenio Velez has got some kind of speed at first base. A youngster, yes. But he can flat out get it. He is way out there. He has got a monster lead. Dives back on the pick from Macbeth. And he was back easily, and he was almost out to the far end cut of the grass. 8-8. We're in the bottom of the 10th here at A&T Park in San Francisco. Giants and the Reds all locked up. Macbeth with the pitch. Up and away. 2 balls and no strikes. This is the kind of ball game you find out what you're made of here. From all aspects of the ball game, whether you're hitting, whether you're running the bases, or whether you're standing on the mat. 2 balls and no strikes to the veteran, Omar Vizquel. Hitting from the left side, Eugenio Velez takes a big lead at first base. And the pitch. That ball is down in the strike zone. 3 balls and no strikes. Down and out of the strike zone, that is. And no sense to run a speedster at first base until the pitcher proves he can get the ball over the plate in Macbeth. 3-0. The pitch in there for a strike. 3 balls and a strike now. Signs being given down on the third base side by the third base coach, Tim Flannery. Eugenio Velez at first base. I would imagine he's going to be going here on the 3-1 pitch. And he is. Swing and popped up by Vizquel. The catch made by the shortstop Keppinger, and there's one down. Velez hustling back safely to first base.
I think that Omar Vizquel would like to have that pitch back. If you're hitting from the right side, you could probably take it. But hitting from your left side with your back to the runner, no chance. And out to the mound is pitching coach Dick Pohl. Dick Pohl out to talk with Marcus Macbeth, giving some time to the bullpen for the Reds. Throwing from the left side is Bill Bray. Throwing from the right side is Gary Majeski. Dick Pohl gets his message across. He's headed back to the first base dugout, and Daniel Ortmeyer, part of the double switch there in the top of this inning. He stands in to hit from the left side. Macbeth still in the ball game. And Eugenio Velez still at first base, and he has got a monster lead. The pick to first, not in time. Quick move over by Macbeth, but the quickness of Velez beat him back to the bag. I've got to believe Velez is going to be running here quite quickly. Another pick to first base, not in time. And as usual, the crowd shows its fervor in not liking the picks over to first base, as usual. Macbeth comes to the set. He'll check the runner once again. The pitch. Fly ball towards left center field. Dunn moving over, and he's going to make this catch easily, and there's two down.
I tell you what, Jeff, I am stunned that Velez has not taken a shot at stealing second base.
Right there with you, my friend. We watched him steal a bag here in last night's ball game. I believe it was last night, and he was actually dusting off his pants by the time the ball got there.
Well, you got to run him now. I mean, you should have run him before now, but with two outs, you got Randy Wynn up there. You got nothing to lose. You might as well give him a chance to steal second.
And on the 3-1 pitch with Vizquel up there, I'd have given Vizquel the take and let him run. The pitch, and he is not running again, and it's a strike in there on the first pitch to Randy Wynn, and my partner just looked at me in absolute surprise. Marcus Macbeth on the mound. Randy Wynn at the plate. Wynn steps out. Macbeth steps off. No action in the Giants' pen. Righty and a lefty in the Reds' pen. Eugenio Velez leading off at first base. The speedster still standing. There he goes. Throw down to second base, and they will not get him. He is in there safely. That pitch was a ball up and away. A good throw down to second base by Valentine, but with the jump and the speed of this young man, Eugenio Velez, no chance to get him. He stands at second base with two down. Oh. One ball, one strike count on Randy Wynn, with a right-handed batter at home plate who is hitless on the night. And they are going to pitch to Randy Wynn, and I am surprised. A foul ball to the right side. One ball and two strikes.
So am I. Hopefully it'll work out. You got first base open. You got a right-hand batter coming up next, and Rajay Davis. They are pitching to Wynn. They get a foul ball. He's behind in the count, but he can be awfully, awfully dangerous.
One ball and two strikes, and I can tell you this, if Wynn gets the ball as a base hit into the outfield, this baby's over. The pitch, ground ball to the right side, and it's going to be foul. Randy Wynn, a veteran hitter, hitting from the left side. Marcus Macbeth, the rookie, on the mound, throwing from the right side, and Eugenio Velez, the young rookie speedster, at second base. And the thing about it right here is you put a ton of pressure on your defense with the speed at second base, because if you bobble the ball or you make an error, or if Randy Wynn happens to get a two-strike hit, it's over. Macbeth with a long look back to second base. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Great pitch from Macbeth. He struck him out. That's the end of the 10th. We are all knotted at 8 here in San Francisco on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
Your first choice for news, weather, traffic.
8-8 in San Francisco, top of the 8th, or top of the 11th, and back with a play-by-play. Here's Marty Brenneman.
You all right?
I'm trying. It's getting a little chilly.
I hear you. Brandon Phillips will be the man to lead it off, a contributing factor in the 5-run 8th inning that enabled the Reds to tie the game up, and later was thrown out at the plate in that inning for the final out in a run that would have been the one that put the Reds in front. Now he leads off the 11th inning. Munter delivers, and the pitch is high, a ball. Munter sights the sign, now the stretch, and now the pitch. Outside and low, ball 2, 2-0. We've seen Mish, we've seen Messenger, Hennessy, Tashner, Walker, Wilson, Klein, and Munter for the Giants. The Reds have had Belisle, Kudlaitis, Coffey, Stanton, Morgano.
The Patriots or the Colts. That means they're really not go for anybody nasty.
He was in the right field, and that's out the 11th again for Cincinnati. If you're counting the 19th hit the Reds have had tonight. And Phillips aboard, and the batter is the pitcher due up. Marcus Macbeth, and if it's going to be Ryan Hannigan, he will in fact be the final bat on that roster, although it looks like Aaron Harang is going to come to the plate to try and get a bunt down and move the would-be go-ahead run into scoring position. He has certainly been good at what he's going to be asked to do here. He's had 10 sacrifice bunts, which far and away is the pace setter among Reds pitchers. He is meeting with third base coach Mark Berry, and everybody in the world knows exactly what he's being sent to the plate to do as one pitcher pinch hits for another.
And this is not a tough sacrifice situation. You just bunt the ball to the first base side and you advance the runner. You got a speeder. And Brandon Phillips, you don't have to worry about that, and you don't have to bunt the ball to the third base side.
Oh, here's the stretch by Munter. Here's the square by Harang. He putts at it and bunts it foul at home plate, 0-1.
Harang made the comment to me the other day. We were talking about hitting pitchers, and he said, I may not be a consistent hitter. He said, but if you need a bunt laid down, he said, you can always call on me.
Well, that's exactly what Pete McCannon is doing here in the 11th inning. Phillips leaning at first base, and Harang takes the bat away. Scott Munter coming up high, 1 ball, 1 strike.
A little bit different approach there from Mr. Harang on that pitch. He had his legs straight up and down the first time. This time he had the knees bent and had the bat out in front, ready to go. That 1 strike will change the approach in a hurry.
Third baseman in shallow. Munter to the belt, to the plate, and Harang bunts, and it's a good one picked up by Benji Molina. Will throw to first base. Here comes the runner to third. He's safe. We've seen him do it before, and he does it again. Brandon Phillips hit second base full tilt. The third baseman had drawn in for the expectation of a Harang bunt, and Phillips with a track meet sprint to third to go in safely and beat the tag.
Instincts all the way. They were working on both sides as Benji Molina fielded the ball. He was flashing the glove to Pedro Feliz to get back to third base as he threw the ball to first. And it was way too late because Mr. Phillips had already rounded second and he was headed for third, and that wasn't even close.
Here now is Jorge Cantu. The infield is playing up for the San Francisco Giants. A lead runner at third base in Phillips. Cantu with 3 doubles tonight, and he hits one into center field. The center fielder charges, gets, Phillips tags. Here comes the runner. The throw is offline, and the Reds lead it 9-8. Jorge Cantu with a fly ball to center. Rajay Davis set up to make the throw. He did everything right, except the throw was offline, well to the third base side of the plate. And Phillips, with that great speed, sprints home with a go-ahead run here in the 11th inning.
Manufactured run by the Cincinnati Reds. Everything that you can possibly do to make it happen.
Manufactured run by Brandon Phillips. And now they appeal over at third base, but umpire Randy Marsh gives a safe sign. So now it'll be Joey Votto with 2 outs, and if you're wondering about the Giant 11th inning, it'll be Rajay Davis, it'll be Ryan Klesko, and it'll be Benji Molina. So David Weathers, who has already twice warmed up tonight and is heating up for the 3rd time, will be the man to come on. Pitch inside, backing Votto off the plate.
You know, Marty, the Giants had an opportunity to take full advantage of their speed, and Eugenio Velez did not do it.
Right.
The Reds had an opportunity to take advantage of their speeds in Brandon Phillips, and they did.
Here's a high fly ball, bending out of play down the left field line, and it's a 1-1 count on Joey Votto. 9-19-1 for the Redlegs, 8-14-0 for the Giants. Leadoff base hit by Phillips, a bunt, sacrifice bunt by pinch hitter Aaron Harang, with Phillips going first to third, and he comes home on the Cantu sacrifice fly to center. Way high. One ball, 1 strike. And make that 2-1 to count on Votto. Right-hander ready again with the next pitch, and it's a swing and a high fly to left, near the line. Left fielder racing over Ortmeyer, and then Fairground makes the catch. And we go to the bottom of the 11th. Reds lead the Giants 9-8 on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
Hey, Grill Masters, serve something special and make it a steakhouse night. Grab a bag of JTM's new Steakhouse Angus burgers. JTM! Steakhouse Angus! We got a brand new bag!
Well, we move to the bottom of the 11th. David Weathers, who saved it last night for Homer Bailey, now trying to save it for Marcus Macbeth. A 32-save year for David Weathers in 38 such attempts, and he will be facing Rajay Davis, Ryan Klesko, and Benji Molina. Davis, a right-hand batter who is hitless in 4 times tonight with a base on balls. First pitch, he bunts, and it bunts foul at home plate, 0-1. Weathers up among the top 10 of the National League in saves with his 32. The league being paced by Arizona's Jose Valverde with 46. Francisco Cordero, Milwaukee, 43. And on down to Weathers, going for number 33 tonight. Foul ball out of play. Trevor Hoffman with 40. Tanahashi Saito of the Dodgers with 39. Chad Cordero, the Nationals, with 35. Billy Wagner with 34. And Weathers right now with a total of 32. 2 strikes and nothing to count.
and just misses outside a ball. The Reds 9, the San Francisco Giants 8.
And how about the comeback from the Reds?
Tremendous. Pitch. That's a ball for 2. Reds scored 5 times in the 8th inning after the Giants had gotten 3 runs in the 7th to go out in front 8-3.
2-2 from Weathers to Davis, and a line drive into left field, caught by Adam Dunn.
Wow, what a play.
Yeah. Big play by the Reds left fielder. So Weathers gets the first out and now goes to work on Ryan Klesko. Fouled away. We'll pause for identification on the Cincinnati Bell Reds radio. Bottom of the 11th inning, Klesko takes 1-1. Outfield deep. Outfield about straight away. The infield also the same. Klesko taking ball 2. Others back and looking in for the sign. And the pitch. And a swing. And a fly ball hit to deep center. Not deep enough. Ellison on the track, 2 out. A little scary.
A little.
Now it's Benji Molina with 2 out. Molina, a home run threat, has had 1 hit tonight, a first inning RBI single. Ball strike. Marcus McBeth would win it. Scott Munter would lose it if Weathers can get 1 more out. He deals the 0-1, and it's taken for a ball. Later on tonight, it'll be game 3 of this series. Bronson Arroyo starts for the Reds against right-hander Kevin Correa. Here's a pitch. Grounded to shortstop. The pick by Keppinger, the throw, and this one belongs to the Reds. What a great, great comeback by the Reds tonight, trailing by 5 runs late. They tie it, and in the 11th inning, on a Jorge Cantu sacrifice fly, they hand the Giants a 9-8 defeat. We'll be back in just a moment.
.com, 6EYES, or LASIKplus.com.
9 plays the final score. The Reds win this game in 11 innings. They are now 4-4 on this road trip with tomorrow night and Sunday afternoon remaining. And it was quite an impressive effort here tonight. A number of people who normally don't get a chance to play did. And the Reds had the great late inning comeback to tie it up. Great relief work by Eddie Guardado for an inning, and also Marcus McBeth. 2 fine innings of work. And that young man gets credited with the win. The Reds are pleased to team up with McDonald. 9 runs, 19 hits, an error. The Reds left 9. The Giants had 8 runs, 14 hits, no errors. They left 8. McBeth goes to 3-2 with a win. A 33rd save for David Weathers, and the loss pinned on Scott Munter, who now is 1-1. This series continues tomorrow night. It'll be a 9:05 start, Cincinnati time, featuring a couple of right-handers. Veteran Bronson Arroyo against youthful Kevin Correa. And Jeff and I will be here to bring you all the action on the Reds Radio Network beginning at 8:35. Right now, stay tuned for the BSB. And again, the final at 11, the Reds 9 and the Giants 8.
Can you believe it? The Reds are on the radio.
This is 700 WLW.
9-8 the final. 11 innings. The Reds win it over the San Francisco Giants. When you play 3 hours and 51 minutes, you better win. And that's exactly what the Reds did tonight. Cincinnati used a total of 7 pitchers. The San Francisco Giants used a total of 8. And in the end, Marcus McBeth got the win. Scott Munter took the defeat. It's a game that Jeff and I will return to talk about in a moment.
Looking for Reds gear. 700 WLW.
Long night here at AT&T Park. The Reds winning on a Cantu sac fly in the 11th inning, 9-8. And where in the world do you start?
Well, I think you start with the back end of the bullpen, and I think that's been the Achilles heel of this ball club, and we've said it so many times. And tonight there were a couple of guys that put together some performances that we've been expecting for quite some time. And Eddie Guardado and Macbeth pitched like they should be pitching.
Yeah, Guardado an inning, Marcus Macbeth two, and of course David Weathers came on to take care of matters in the bottom of the 11th after the Reds got the lead. But you're talking about three guys, a veteran trying to come back and has
really take advantage of open situations, and that's exactly what Brandon
moment. For over 75 years, families and business